flux capacitor, because I'm about to take you on a wild ride through the history of video games, past, present, and a little bit of the future. Let's rewind to the 1970s. Pong, two white bricks slapping a pixel across the screen. It was simple, it was weird, but man, it was addictive. Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. These games didn't just eat quarters, they created entire subcultures. High scores and bragging rights, no saves, no checkpoints, pure skill and a little luck. Zoom to the 80s and 90s. Consoles hit living rooms like a meteor. Nintendo dropped the NES. Mario was jumping. Zelda was questing. Gamers glued to CRTs, blowing into cartridges, hoping it worked. Sonic, speed and attitude. But it wasn't just pixels and beeps. It was about stories. Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Myst. GoldenEye on N64 turned friends into enemies. One well-timed odd-job chop. The 2000s cranked everything up. Graphics, immersion, online play. Halo parties in basements. World of Warcraft raids that lasted till sunrise. Indies get weird. Katamari Damacy. Roll the world into a ball. Creativity unleashed. Retro reimagined for a new generation. The future? It's a mashup. Celeste, Shovel Knight, VR AR, taking us places we've only dreamed of. Remix of old and new. Nostalgia meets innovation. Weirdness celebrated everywhere. Game Boys, Minecraft. Remember, gaming's always been a little weird, and that's what makes it awesome. Stay weird, keep playing. I'll catch you next time.
Yo, guys, what is up? What is up?
You woke me up. I was talking to Megley and you whoa, shit.
Oh, they're sleeping on the job, damn it.
I was like looking at Negley's comment and I was talking to Negley and then you're oh shit. All right, I'm awake. I promise. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
What's going on, chat? What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight? Wild and all ready. Yes, we are wild and ready to get the gaming weird. Perfect. But Squirrel over there with his fancy keeping gaming weird whiskey glass, you know?
That's not. Yeah,
gotta keep it classy. Yeah. He's a classy man.
Yeah. I gotta put my pinky out.
Yeah, pinky's out, guys. Pinky's out. Pinky's out.
Yeah, pinky's out. Anyway, how's it going?
You know, pinky's out and dick's out. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, only on Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays. Monday, Tuesday.
Nice. All right, cheers.
Working on the Beam server. Hell yeah.
I'm a classy bitch, all right?
The classy doppelganger of Elon Musk.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, guys, everybody doing good? Everybody doing good? Welcome to the third episode of Keep It Gaming Weird, guys. Where we're going over the history of gaming and how it developed and where we're at now and kind of the evolution of it and all that stuff. And then just dive into it and all that stuff, how certain games shaped certain countries and all that stuff. You know, if you know the history by Tetris, then you know what I'm talking about.
No. I don't know why every time I hear that I want to do the freak question. Anyway. And feel free to talk in chat. I don't mean to, but this is an open thing. It's not really like us just gonna talk. We're definitely not pros on the subject, right? No. So
nothing.
We got Negley in the house that's still shooting for Nintendo World Records, working on Excite Bike, so I'm sure he'll have something. Anybody, if you got something, to add in there to talk about, whatever, feel free. That's the point of us doing it live. If not, we just record it. Anyway, I don't know where you want to start at, but I got some fun facts. I don't know if some people might know.
Well, all my monitors went off, so we're having technical difficulties now.
All right, nice. I feel like we're watching the Iron and Lucid podcast right now when Iron's camera freezes.
Okay, signal on my main monitor, so that's awesome.
So anyway, I guess I'll just fill in while we do this anyway. So yeah, these are we got these little rocks glasses right here. So I'm finishing off my my bottle tonight. I have another one in case I need it, but I don't think I'll need it for a podcast. So we'll see. We'll watch Flames with this technical difficulties, and
Wait, hold
what's
on,
I'll
I'm
ask
off now.
this: what's everybody like? What's the first? If it did it die?
Picture back, please.
Oh, he's lagging. All right. Anyway, we'll keep trying. We'll see what happens. What's y'all's first game you remember playing? Favorite game, like the one that like sparked your gaming memories per se, right? We'll just ask that real fast while we're here. If you guys want to shoot one, yeah, he's freezing, or we're all freezing. Are we all freezing? Because he's broadcasting. So, are we good now? Could you guys? Oh, we froze. Froze. Oh no, it's back. Oh nope, it's going nowhere.
I think I got it.
Technical issue. Out, guys. We'll get it fixed or not, one of the two, but we'll still be fine.
Come on, computer.
Back. Guessing not by the hand going up. If we're not, there we go. I mean, I'm moving on my side. I see you moving, so maybe they'll see us moving sooner or later. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys, for the time. It's still a fun time. There you go. You're moving. Nope. You cut out.
We good? I think we should be good now.
You see both of us moving, so we're both moving now, right? Are we? Let me move on my side because his looks delayed. I don't know, but if I'm still, so it's my feed, not his. Then, so you guys can hear me, right? Sorry, I know there's like appreciate you guys hanging out for a second. I understand if you guys bill, happens. But so if you see us both moving now, I don't know what the heck just happened. I see me moving, so I'm pretty sure I'm going. Say something, Flames. I think move around a little bit. Let me see, because I think it's fixed. There you go. I think, yeah, you're good now. We're good now. We're good. We're good. There you go. There you go.
There goes Obi.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
All right, now
they're all saying good. Yeah. There you go.
We'll work.
All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. We're good. Then the other shots came back. There you go. Yeah, satellites. Yeah, it's freaking what it is, dude, is that's a Mandela effect in itself. That never happened, guys. This podcast started off perfect and it's still going perfect. What's up, Iron, bro? How you doing? What's up, bro? Yeah, it started off perfect and it's been perfect the whole time. Don't worry. Technical issues did not just happen.
No,
did not just happen. Yeah, not at all. All right. Well, I guess let's get going then on it. Let's see. I asked. So what I was asking, I don't know if we were cutting out then, but what's like the guy? What y'all's the one game that you remember like sparks your? For me, I can tell you what it is, and I wish it was like Mario or anything like that. Negley's heard my story about Excite Bike, but Excite Bike was the first game that I really that and Track and Field on Nintendo. I remember playing other games, but like that's the one that like triggers all of a sudden me playing video games. Like the first game I played was Commodore 60, but that doesn't trigger like the video game thing to me, right? So kind of like what's up, DC?
My first video game that I played, or just like one that like my old school game that just
maybe it sparks your memory, like the first one that the one that sticks out to you kind of more is what I'm looking for, I guess.
Probably
than the first
have to say Duck Hunt, because we played a shitload of that back on the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
That, and there was a dirt bike game. I can't remember, but it was like an overview dirt bike game. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, but yeah, I played the fuck out of that too.
Negley said he has blisters from freaking from Track and Field. We had a marble and rubbed it on the controller with A and B, dude. We cheated, bro. We got a marble, dude. We got a marble and ran it like that. We weren't good enough with the fingers, man. But yeah. And so I don't know where you want to start with and talking about, where we want to start at. I mean,
and of course, like, I play the fuck out of Mario and all that stuff. The original Mario. Well, they're even the original. Because if y'all don't know, Mario came from Mario and Donkey Kong. Mario came from Donkey Kong originally. Donkey Kong was the first thing, and then Mario bloomed out of that.
Then we could be even back up even farther, because I don't know who remembers this one, right? But who remembers what was it called? It was called the Versus system. It was only an arcade. It was when Nintendo before Nintendo NES came out. That was their test market, and it was two arcades that were backed up to each other. But it was like the first, like they were trying to make it with a 2-player. You know what I mean? So to bring out the console
like
back after Atari.
Together.
Yeah, so they had those. But I mean, we can go back. I don't know how far back we really want to start. I mean, I don't know what you have for notes. Like, I started at the Atari 2600, even though they had their lawsuit from the first console, right? Really was, and there goes my camera back to auto tracking. But the first console was made by Magnavox, right? If I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I think it was Magnavox that made the first one. But I don't know how far back we really want to go on that. But I mean,
if you really want to get technical with it, even before that, there was another system before Atari. Can't remember what the fuck it was called though.
Yeah, well, there was the first actual one at home was from. I was reading up on it like the other day, and I was actually I didn't. My preparation for this was just notes and things about my gaming experience. So we're not, again, I'm not saying we're experts on the subject, but it's just kind of a kickback and conversation about it. But the PlayStation, Atari, then you had NES, right? And then it was Atari, then NES came out, which then you had. But then when Super Nintendo and then PlayStation was a part of Nintendo, right? So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. PlayStation was making it. Yeah. So after Super Nintendo, they were working PlayStation. That's what PlayStation came from. It was Play Space Station.
Okay.
And it was a Nintendo project. Nintendo went, because they're both Japanese companies.
Yeah.
Nintendo went behind their back, and I think they went to Philips Magnavox. I could be wrong. Philips Magnavox or somebody for their graphics processors, and left PlayStation out. PlayStation took it as like a sign of like disrespect, even coming from their country, and then kept working on it. And that's when they came out with the actual PlayStation console. Something around to that effect. I don't really like. I mean, my history could be off. I don't know who knows more about that. I don't know, but
that's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, then fast forwarding through, the first FPS game was actually like. It was at MIT University in 1968.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it was up to 8 people could play on custom maps or something like that, dude. Again, these are all facts welcome to check. And that's why, definitely chat's welcome into anything that we want to say. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to spot on with that. They could do 8 people at one time on that. And that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, so much has shaped like the gaming industry that it's kind of interesting that a lot of these games weren't meant to be games. Like, how many diabetes games there are on Super Nintendo about diabetes? It's great. No, there's like 6. There's a guy that collects them. Some other podcast, some guy that does has a shop, and there's like 6 diabetes games about people with diabetes.
Well, what wasn't the original Pong made a design to it wasn't even meant to be a video game. It was a test for. I'm like going off of my fucking horrible memory with it, but I'm pretty sure it was a test to test something within the computer, certain program or something like that, to test the computers and all that stuff. And then
the one before Pong, the one before Pong was something that looked like a little circle on it. I've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah,
but I'm still not old enough to really remember.
Hey, what's up, Mayhem?
What's up, Mr. Mayhem? Nice. You said at the same time, both paying attention. That's good. That's good. Give me another little bit of this drink. I'll be paying less attention. But I forgot what it was called. I forgot. The other one was called, the first FPS game was called Maze Assault or something like that. I want to say. The first game that ever came out was on a little circle screen, and it was then they had one that came out. I don't remember, but it was about you just had to move and you could twist it by the air and move the little ball. It was almost like Pong, but it was a line just going across. I can't remember the freaking name of it to save my life.
It wasn't the joystick like Pong. It was a fucking ball, right?
No, Yeah, it was like a little thing, and then there was a button you pressed, and then you used this to turn. So, like, you
Yeah.
pressed the button, and then you turned with the air, and it like made the little ball shape a
Okay.
different way. I can't. I can't. I honestly I could look it up right now and tell you what it is, but like you could tell that where I've
Anyone in chat now?
yeah. Anybody? Do y'all know anybody? Anybody? And then
But I know when so fast forward a little bit. I know when Tetris was being made. It was being so he went to Nintendo first and then turned it down and all that stuff. And then he went to Russia. Of course, if y'all seen the movie, y'all know where I'm going to all of this stuff. And he was trying to develop in Russia because it was cheaper and all that stuff. And Russia was going through all their war stuff and everything, and their communism and everything and all that. And he got trapped in the country and he couldn't get out. And while he was trapped there, he was still developing Tetris and all that stuff. And he kept on developing it and all that, and it finally broke loose, and it helped Russia get out of their communism and get into more of a free country and all that stuff, and break away from that, secluded, one mind tracked, the way of controlling a country and all that stuff. So Tetris in itself pretty much shaped how Russia is now, in a sense.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I guess I kind of knew that, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the same time. I mean, it's crazy though. Like the thing you go before Nintendo, because I know we're kind of jumping around. Sorry, y'all, if you can't handle it. It's two people with ADHD having a podcast. All right.
I'm not on right now. So.
No, you're good. You're good. You know what I mean? So it's gonna happen, but. You go back just a little bit before that, right? And you talk about like when Nintendo came out, and what Nintendo did is like it was dying from Atari, and you go to like the fields of the ET game. Who doesn't know? I'm sure most of y'all know about the whole thing with ET, right? You know about that? You know that, Flames? You know the whole ET story with 2600. So you don't know it. I don't know if some people know it. I don't know if some of y'all in chat that would know it, but so E.T. Spielberg wanted a game. They gave this guy, I don't remember his name, I can't remember names and all that stuff, but they gave him 6 weeks to make the fucking game.
Yeah.
So who makes a video game in 6 weeks, right? So they gave him 6 weeks to make this game. Spielberg said, you know what? Let's do something dumb like Pac-Man instead of what they were doing. Well, this game absolutely bombed. It sold a bunch of copies, but they returned them after it was done, right? Well, Atari went and buried these somewhere and covered them in like tons of concrete. And in 2010, I think they dug them up. Yeah, in 2010 they dug them up. It was such a failure. They literally tried to bury their failure.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Negley knows.
Like we're gonna cover this shit up.
Bury their failure. Yeah, they went and looked. You go look it up. It's crazy. They unearthed all of these things out in New Mexico somewhere. Like, and it was like they're the biggest shame that Atari could ever have. And that literally like if you ask most people, right, like about the fall, because there's like the fall of consoles after Atari, and then Nintendo kind of saved it. Why they say that happened, right, is because of that. Like that's what started it. Like all these games were the same. Like freaking Pac-Man was the same, right? Like Pac-Man wasn't loved back in it was
Pac-Man
loved
was
in the
hated.
arcades, but it wasn't loved on Atari and all that because it was so simple, right? Like they didn't do anything different with it. Blah blah blah. But it's crazy how bad that failed. But then you go to Nintendo. Nintendo said, what happened is y'all let all these people make without y'all's approval. And that's why Nintendo still has a stronghold. They have the strongest copyright out of anybody I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Like they'll pull ROMs off. They'll pull all kinds of stuff off. And they still have the biggest copyright thing. I've never seen it even from like artists. Even you talk about the Metallica thing with freaking what was that, LimeWire, right? Napster. There you go. Whatever that was, they still can't compare to Nintendo. Nintendo's absolutely insane about it, but that's how they started. They said our peripherals, our consoles, everything will have to be approved by us. And that's why, if you remember, even like me and my brother were talking about this. You remember the Mad Cats when they first came out with Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
And the controllers literally were crap. And now they're not that bad, right? But that's because like it was a peripheral system. And they thought they could get it, but they couldn't figure it out. And
It's the
that
reason
was
you don't
cool.
see
That
Nintendo
definitely
games
saved
on,
them.
I mean, you can get them on PC and all that stuff, the emulators, but there's the reason you don't see them on consoles and all that stuff because of all the patents and copyrights and all that stuff on them.
And that's what got him with PlayStation, though. Now I go forward to Super Nintendo just a little bit, but that's why PlayStation. So Sony was in bed with them, right? They
Yeah.
were working on this thing to come after Super Nintendo. What is his name? I'm gonna say this wrong, and I'm gonna get freaking thrown under the bus for this. Amagata, what's his name? Toshi Amagata. Man, the original founder of Nintendo, the brains behind the whole Nintendo thing.
I
He
don't,
saw in
yeah.
the anyway, he saw into the contract that PlayStation actually Sony would own the rights to the games.
Yeah.
He went behind their back. They went on stage during a conference and announced this. PlayStation did. The next day, Nintendo announced they're not partners with PlayStation, with
Yeah.
Sony anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when they took that as that thing, right? So
Right.
it's kind of crazy, the history of what happens, like
Well,
with
that's what happened with Tetris, because originally he went to Nintendo first and all that stuff, and showed them the game and everything, and then when they said no, that's not going to go anywhere, he pulled back and then went to Russia and all that stuff. And then while he was in Russia developing, they developed their own fucking style of it and all that stuff and launched this shit. And then he found out and then got it down through a lot of fucking backache and all that stuff.
Yeah, then I guess that's why Dr. Mario would have came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play Sega?
Oh yeah, I played the fuck out of Sega. The worst
Yeah.
Atari game ever.
It was revenge. Yeah, it was revenge against them. Yeah, it was. And they did a one hell of a job at doing it, man. I mean, they went to that's the same thing Sega did, right? So Sega said, you know what, after the second CEO, but I was gonna ask if all y'all played Sega Genesis. A question,
Yes.
just a fun piece of trivia for everybody. Was Sega Genesis how many consoles, or would you say that was Sega's first console? How many consoles came before that one? Of Sega's?
2 or 3?
Yeah, it was two before that one.
Yeah.
So it was called Mega Drive in Japan, and Sega
Okay.
had been out for a while, and they brought it over here. And then they some of the history that you can go through the whole history
Yeah.
of freaking Sega, right? But they switched CEOs after they kind of fell down. That's when they came out with Sonic,
Yeah.
and that's when they decided with Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you remember, but some people probably do. You used to have to put in a blood code on Super Nintendo to be able to turn on blood. On
really?
Genesis, it was just already an option, and you couldn't get it. It looked weird, and you
Yeah.
had to do it with Game Gear, I think, or Game Genie, wasn't it? Game Genie. Yeah, you had to do it with
Yeah.
Game Genie. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. That was. I remember that though. I mean, that was the big thing about Sega. My friends had one of my best friends growing up was Troy Lane, and well, I don't mean to say his name. Yeah, sorry, but Troy, me and him been best friends since 4th grade. He just retired as a full board colonel in the
Nice.
Air Force. I want to say it was, but anyway, he had Sega.
Yeah.
I had Super Nintendo, and so like I would get jealous as hell when I'd go there and see the titles, because that's what they did. Is they said, you know what, Sega started off with Joe Montana football and all those things, and they were the first people to use celebrities in their video games.
Yep.
Altered Beast, yeah, Altered Beast was a good one.
And then they had fucking NBA Jam and all that stuff on there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nintendo had those, and then I mean they both did. It was kind of different, right? Like I don't know why
there were a little bit subtle different versions on each one of them, but when all that
Yeah,
stuff was
well,
coming
you could
out,
tell
I
the
was
difference.
playing all that stuff on Sega though.
See, I was Super Nintendo. I was Nintendo until Nintendo 64. And the game that took me away from Nintendo was NCAA football, and then playing, because I was a big sports games person. And if anybody knows, sports games on freaking PlayStation were above and beyond what Nintendo 64 was. Like, you went and played Madden on PlayStation, and then you go back to Nintendo 64, like, you were like, I want to return this thing. Like, you didn't even want to play it, dude. It wasn't the same game, right? Like, not even
I remember
closely
getting
to
the
same.
first Madden game on the original PlayStation. Actually, I entered a competition to I can't remember exactly what it was, but you fill out this pamphlet and you marked what game you want and all that stuff, and you get a small percent of getting it, and I actually fucking won the game, and they shipped it to me.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The first Madden game I remember playing was actually on Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Madden 90 something, 90, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the first one that I remember playing. That one was a lot of fun. That was the thing. The one I really remember though was Joe Montana Sports Talk Football, the one that had the first time he had commentary. All I
Oh
wanted
shit.
was commentary.
Yeah.
Right? Like after that, all I wanted, if the game
Play-by-play
wasn't talking to me,
commentary. Yeah.
I didn't want no part of it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want any part of it. That was the truth. That was
Right.
the truth. I guess I'll tell my dog outside. I did. She is not happy. I should probably let her in. I just heard something at the door. I need to
Yeah.
let her in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will. Hold on one second,
Yeah.
y'all. Sorry. Go ahead. You
Okay.
talk for a minute, and then I don't know. I'll be back.
Yeah, I think the most game that I played on, I'm going back to the PlayStation. The original PlayStation was what wasn't it? I played a lot of the 007 games on the PlayStation. I also played a lot of, wasn't the Splinter Cell games on PlayStation? If I remember correctly. Someone help me out in chat. I can't remember if the original Splinter Cells were on PlayStation. But I played Jet Moto. I played the fuck out of Jet Moto on PlayStation. That game was I love Jet Moto on that game, on that console. I played a lot of Jet Moto on there. If you know what I mean, we can be friends. Do you know Splinter Cell was on PlayStation? I'm pretty sure it was. The original Splinter Cells?
Do what?
The original Splinter Cells.
Splinter Cell? Yeah, pretty sure.
I can't remember if they were or not.
Splinter Cell's a 505 game, isn't it?
I think
505. 505 is a PlayStation company. Well, 505 was like the original. That 505 was a bunch of 505 was SOCOM. SOCOM was the one that sparks my brother's like multiplayer. That was his answer to. Sorry, I'm just going off on ADHD land, but that was his answer to the one that sparked like his multiplayer. That's the one he remembers plugging in to a 14 4K line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember those things, but he remembers plugging in and being able to play SOCOM against other people around the place. My first memories, and I don't know if you guys remember. Sorry, I don't even know if I just totally just snowballed this conversation off somewhere else. But did you know that there was a online thing like Game Genie for Super Nintendo?
Yeah. Yep.
I had that. It was purple. All I remember is it was purple. I don't even remember the name of it. But I played Street Fighter against people. I was a big Street Fighter player.
Yeah.
That was my claim. Like if I had a claim to fame in arcades, I was definitely Street Fighter. I played Street Fighter competitions and stuff like that. But I was never like that great, you know. But I was enough that I could piss grown men off in an arcade, you know what I mean, and make them waste quarters.
Mine was Tekken back in the day.
Tekken? Ah, yeah, dude. Yeah. Tekken. You know, the one that used to piss me off is Soul Calibur, because remember when Soul Calibur first came out in the arcades? I could never, the line was always so big that I could never get into that one. I could never, I never got a chance to play Soul Calibur. I never got a chance to play
the fuck out of Soul Calibur on the original Xbox.
I just got mad, and I didn't play it till consoles, I guess. I just got mad at the arcade, dude. I was, I was like, I'm not. Well, I was a runt as a kid, dude. I didn't hit my growth spurt until like 7th grade, literally during my first time in football. So like I was picked on. Like they'd be like, "Get out of here," and they just like you know what I mean. And the adults didn't. There was no being picked on back in those, like, you know what I mean. In like early 90s, dude, nah, dude, grow some thick skin or learn to fight. That's what even your parents would tell you, right? Like, you know,
rub some dirt on it.
Like, yeah, dude. So like, you know, go to the arcade and get pushed around a little bit, you know. But hey, you know. We were nerds back then, right? Like even in the arcade, I was a nerd, and now it's funny because nerds are cool.
You know? I remember spending hours and hours in Clean Mall arcade playing Time Crisis.
That's funny because so just so y'all know, wait. So just so y'all know, it's funny he mentioned Killeen, right? So here I'm gonna say this real fast, guys. Like I grew up in Killeen, Texas, and didn't know Flames until I got on TikTok and started going live. And for him to say that, like Negley, I don't know if Negley still, I can't see who's here now, but when I was explaining to Negley one time about the arcade, the first arcades that I really remember was Power Play, and right there in the mall, right? So like those type of things, and you go in there, and that's back when you could take football cards, and there's Silver Eagle that was there, and you could go. I would take my football cards that I didn't want to Silver Eagle, sell them for whatever the dude would give me, as
get
long
money
as it
for
was
that.
quarters that go in the fucking machine,
Yeah.
and I'd go to the machine and play game, right? And that's what I would do. I'd go straight up sell my football cards. Like I remember I sold a Troy Aikman rookie card to
Oh,
to one of my friends for $5 because I didn't have money to go to Super Saturday at Putt Putt. I don't know if you remember when those went on
Yeah,
and they're around there. But because you got so many tokens to play video games, you got a lunch and whatever else. I had to go play my video games, dude.
Yeah.
And my parent, I was in trouble. They weren't giving me no money. They said if I could go and mow people's yards, that's how I grew up, right? Like they had the money, but if you wanted it and you've been fucking up at home, go mow some yards and make the money to go do what you wanted to go do, right? And so
back,
then I would he was answering. I think he answered me about if he was here about my. I don't want to tell my Excite Bike story again.
But yeah,
I told him
we
that.
would. So the hot spots in Land Passes to play video games on the arcade was Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut had the biggest one in Land Passes. Had a decent, had like 5 or 6 arcades in there, and it was Pizza Hut and Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen had the tabletop flat ones that you could sit down at and look down on them. It had Pac-Man,
Galaga.
It had Galaga. It had Contra on there.
Never got the Contra.
Yeah, and then it had
that's
one
what we're
other
working on
game
now.
too. Yeah.
I don't know if I told you about that project we're working on now. I want to make my own one of those sit downs with a console built into it where you can select video games and play Super Nintendo or Nintendo. But the trick is the screen was upside down, right? So it mirrored each other.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out something I can split like a monitor in half, like not even one monitor, but 2, and make 2, the console met. But anyway, but yeah,
that'd be dope.
Those were the times, dude. The old arcade days, dude, going to like bowling alleys, laundry mats, right? So it went from computer games went from
too,
like,
yeah, we had
and that's what you had arcade games. So like when you talk about like the evolution of the gaming, right? So you went from like it was only nerdy, right?
Yeah.
And then culture got involved, right? Because it was cool to go to video games, and then you had Tron, which still wasn't a video game, but that was video game-esque. I don't care. That's Ready Player One back. We could get in all that. You know what I mean? But then you had even then like Goonies and like the cocktail cat. Negley, the cocktail cabinets. That's exactly those. All of those different types that went from it being nerdy to not. Then you could go into when they made like visual language, right? And then try to carry it into where even computers were then more accessible, blah, blah, blah. But arcades is where like
it all started.
If you didn't have a high score, remember the high scores? Like you used to love when you go in. And you would be pissed if they reset. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but do you remember like being mad when you went in and saw the arcade got turned off and turned back on because you were up on the list? Finally, you finally at least got like 3 where people could see your freaking initials, and now it's gone.
I remember grinding the fuck out of Turtles in Time at the Colleen Mall, and like me and my friends going in there, 4 players going in there and just fucking wrecking shit, and then coming back and seeing our fucking score change. We're like, God damn it.
yeah. I just, you know how many quarters I put in here? The funny, speaking of arcade, well, the funny thing about arcades, right? Pong, you talk about Pong being the original, it started as an arcade game, right?
Yeah.
So they put it in one place and it was somewhere in California. They got a technical, so the game, they said that it was having a technical issue, like after like day 1 or 2 of it being in this bar. They went to go look at it and fix it. You know what the problem was? Is the quarter slot wasn't big enough to hold all the money that it was making. So the game couldn't take any more players. So arcades is definitely like, and then home consoles took it over some more. But like arcades is, I think without arcades, I don't care if it's Nintendo, because Nintendo still had arcades like we were talking about. And you talk about that that culture is gone. I feel like, right? Even if you go to the retro arcades, you get the ones. They're like the nostalgia type places. I think Negley was talking about one in his live one day. Sorry if I referenced Negley a lot, but he's the one person that I talk to about a lot of freaking retro gaming. That's all he plays is retro games, But they without those arcade games and with us getting in there, like even the home gaming systems, like 80s, yes, the economy was great in the 80s, so they could afford it. But the first console system, I think, cost like $750, dude, and people were still buying it. You know,
Yeah.
not like not out, but that was when times weren't as good with money. Then you had the '80s when the arcade cabinets were good
Yeah.
and money was good, and people could go out and they could afford, like, their kids would go. Dude, like, I remember my parents. I'll be in the arcade and they would give me whatever it was
But
back
it's like
then,
that
and I
scene
would
in
go play in the
Terminator.
arcades.
Like that scene in Terminator where the fucking arcade is just filled with kids. Like I remember that in Colleen and all that stuff. And Land Pass's video. That's where you can rent videos and all that stuff and all.
Yeah.
They had a decent arcade in there, and it would just be filled of kids playing pool, playing arcade games, and all that shit.
Yeah, and that's something that, and that's what came next, right? So that's kind of feeds in what you just
Yeah,
like the rental or the rentals, right? So then they came out with them. I remember going into KB Toy Store, dude, and like loathing as a kid. Like these are the only memories I have. I mean, at 40, whatever I am now, right?
yeah,
I'm talking back when Nintendo, so I was knee high to a fly's eye, you know? Like I don't
yeah,
even know, I don't even remember my age when Nintendo came out. I just remember my uncle freaking trying to tell me to get off the sticks. And the only reason that I got a Nintendo for Christmas that year was because my uncle wouldn't let me play.
yeah.
So like I couldn't play, and my they were like, here, we'll just get the kids one. So they got me and my brother one for Christmas.
Right.
But then
Same.
after that, right? So I remember going in and looking at these games, right? Like what was Skate or Die? I remember looking at Skate or Die because Skate or Die was in the arcade. Remember when
Yeah.
it just had the circle
Yep.
joystick, right? And I remember looking at that one in KB Toys, be like, oh, dude, I want that game. I want that game. And I just remember the cartridges, the way it felt when you
Yep.
remember that
Yep.
noise when
Yep.
you'd pull them
Pull them
out,
out of the
like, and
sleeve.
all that stuff. Yeah, and then they came out with rentals. I remember the first one when I saw it, like, I'm like, there's no way you
Yeah.
can rent a game.
Yep.
And then if you notice, that's another part when gaming changed.
Oh yeah.
Gaming went from like, okay, keep their attention at arcade doing this to now let's make games that are like Lion King
Yeah.
that y'all seen me, if
Yeah.
you've seen me stream that, Lion King or Aladdin or Turtles, the first Ninja Turtles on Nintendo, the water level.
Yeah.
Those three right there is all crash out material.
Yep.
So they went from let's make them like this to where they're unbeatable because then they have to rent them over
Yeah.
and over and over and over. How many late fees did you have?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was another spin in the time of
Well,
gaming.
the
Right?
original
So,
games were like this. You know, it was all this is all the movement, and then
yeah,
over time it started doing this. You know,
yeah.
and then it got to where we can go like this and that and this, and then now it's where we at now, where you can fucking do anything. You know.
Oh Lord, yeah. When we get there, well, I got some great things to talk about when we get to the end there.
Oh yeah.
But about the future of gaming, right? Like, so
Oh
that's
oh
all I
yeah.
have. I literally all I have for a timeline is like talk about like the influence of pop. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
Like the
yeah.
same things to keep me on track, right? But like I don't have anything drawn
But
out.
without
Sorry if I
arcade
missed
gaming,
anything.
gaming would not be where it's at now. You know,
No,
because
no, and without, and honestly, I would say without, and as much as like I don't play Nintendo as much as I used to, and all those
yeah,
things, which the new Donkey Kong looks amazing. And there's a bunch of great games. I still play it. I have my Super Nintendo controller, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo 64 right over
yeah,
here on this rack, for when I do the retro gaming. But
right,
without Nintendo, I don't think we would even be
yeah.
talking about it.
I mean, you gotta
Nintendo,
go back even further than that. Without the computer processors to be able to do any of this,
yeah,
without the
yeah. But
computers
talking about,
before and all that stuff, because the
yeah,
computers were before computers were a thing before, even before Atari was. Get the DDoS
yeah,
system and all that and everything, and the original they were literally typewriters in a sense, but they're all
mhm,
electronic and all that stuff. And then they eventually was
yeah,
like, oh, let's put a screen on them, and then you can see digitally what you're typing out. Hello, how are you, and all that stuff. And then it developed through there, and it got more advanced and all that stuff. And then they started putting better graphics and all that stuff. But even back
like an
then, they were like, how much did they cost? They were like
they were
$3,400 back
30
then.
bucks. Shit. Well, oh, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't know. I was born 81. I don't remember anything. I say the thing that sparked me into life was my grandpa whooping my ass when I did something wrong one time. That's when I swear him whooping my ass that one time sparked memories. Like that's what it sparked.
yeah,
All of a sudden, I remember everything after that. Don't remember too much before that. And like as
right.
a kid, like that's definitely what I couldn't tell you. I remember playing Nintendo, and I remember like the track and field thing, but really where I remember getting into gaming was Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
Nintendo was like I was all over it, dude. I had everything from Troy Aikman football, Populous. That's when even as a kid, dude, I was into. Now you see me playing. I know Mamba was talking about like, oh, I see you playing all the sim games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that I got into that. Then I played Sim City. I played Populous on Super Nintendo
Yeah.
all the time. Like that was once I played fighting games, that and sports, and that's where I stuck to. I never even played like Ninja Gaiden. That went away after Nintendo
Yeah.
for me. Like the regular, like I haven't played it, which they have a new Ninja Gaiden coming out
Yeah.
that looks amazing, but I have not like gotten into it.
Same.
You know, all like it just, but it went from that to then you talk about like the first console war, right?
Yeah.
So Nintendo versus Sega Genesis,
Yep.
that is the first, or Sega, that is the first one. They actually, after they got the second CO, which I don't remember. Again, I'm not quoting. I could look at my notes, and I don't even think I put that in the notes because I don't want to act like I'm an expert on the
Facts, Negly.
situation. That I'm just, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Um,
Well, even
you
after
know,
the Super Nintendo, I got really heavy into the original Game Boy, and then Game Boy Color, and then Game Boy Advance, and all that stuff. I
yeah,
kind of abandoned the console, and I went handheld for a while, and all that. I was
yeah, I did.
playing the Contra games. I was playing the what was that one game where you had to shoot dinosaurs and stuff? Was that Contra? That was
Oh,
Contra.
Turok, that was Turok, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Turok? Yeah.
It's
See,
Turok.
that's
I played that
you're a
on
little young.
there.
Yeah, that's funny because like, you could definitely. That's when you could tell the age. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get back chat open on my stupid thing because I hit a button and I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube, guys. But the that's funny because what I remember playing, the first one I remember playing was Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like Jurassic Park, when you went through and you put on the night vision goggles, like I
Yep.
remember renting Dick Tracy on Nintendo. And then when Sega came out, it gave us options, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how far we went. I want to go deep into like the stories of these gaming systems, but like Sega Saturn almost killed Sega. And
Yep.
what's funny when
And
we
they came
talk
out with a
about the
handheld
future,
version of
yeah.
which that saved them.
Well, but what's funny is what Sega did to save themselves, and we can get into this later on if we want to, but so we don't have to skip around so much with the ADHD brains, right? But what Sega
That's the
did
weird part
is
about
what
it.
everybody is what everybody's doing now, right? That's what everybody's doing now. They stopped making consoles and they went to just making games.
Yep.
And that's literally what everybody is doing now.
Yep.
So you can say what you want about who's shaped just because the effect didn't happen right away.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more effects that we've seen from previous times. Like, dude, it's crazy, right? Like to think, who would have thought that, right? Everybody thought Sega was dead. They were like, oh,
Yeah.
why did they do that? And now people are begging for, like, you remember the Sega, what was the Sega's football game called? The one that was on Dreamcast era. Anyway, dude, they loved it, right? That was like the biggest thing was Dreamcast about this. And then Sega saw something that they didn't see. Like somebody is always ahead, right?
Yeah.
Like Nintendo was ahead on making sure they own everything that they have, right? Sega was ahead on making games for like me and you at our age back then, right?
Yeah.
That's what they concentrated on, was more of the adults, and then we moved into PlayStation, which then made it even more. And then it didn't become so right until, I don't know at what point I heard this. I remember my grandpa telling me this until almost to my 30s, because I've always been a video game nerd, right? And I remember him telling me this is like, you're a grown man. Why do you still play video games?
Yeah.
Right. I remember him just not trying to be mean, right? But it's different times, different generations, right?
I mean, it's weird back then to play video games.
But around that time when he was asking me that, around in my late 20s, you know what I mean, 30s, it shifted again, right?
Yeah.
Like, so PlayStation, then online gaming. And then once online gaming came, couch co-op almost died. It seemed like that's now we want to go back to couch co-op, right? Now like we miss those days of sitting next to each other. Like I still have, I don't know who I told this story to, but I still have
yelling
a
at
pencil.
your friends and chugging Mountain Dew and eating.
I still got a pencil lead. Yeah, still got a pencil lead stuck in my leg from my buddy that was sitting next to me. And we were playing Street Fighter, and I beat him once, and he threw the pencil at me and hit me right in my leg, dude. And I broke it off. Like, that's still in my leg, but we don't have those days anymore. We just go on to some long, like just now it's all multiplayer and
Discord
then and now single and then video games became what they are. Now like it's much more.
I remember my mom walking into me and my brother's room like, it fucking stinks in here. Because we've been sitting in there for fucking 18 hours just fucking gaming and shit. Playing fucking whatever.
Yeah, because before saves, I remember falling asleep on Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo, the regular Street Fighter. And I remember laying on my floor. And the funny thing is, when you saw that background in the live, when you're like, that's my room. Well, the funny thing is when I made that AI background, I told it what my room looked like when I was a kid.
Nice.
And it constructed that from that. I had the carpeting like that, but because I remember that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Laying on the carpet, trying to finish the game, but being so tired that I couldn't log out because if I close the game, because if I turned the console off, my progress was lost and I had to start over again, right? So I remember falling asleep with the carpet on my face when I was a kid, like I gotta sit here. I gotta keep going. And I remember like the Sagat, or whatever you want to call them, Sagat, so right before Vega on there. Like that's where I'd always get stuck at with the tiger knee, the tiger uppercut, you know? So I'm pretty sure I will. What? Piece of lead in my. Yeah, you're pretty sure. I do. I know. I do. I literally. I could show it to you guys right now. I know the exact spot. It's a purple little thing. I've never had it taken out. Like I hope I don't get lead poisoning it from one day and like cause a death. Pencil lead poisoning from fucking 40 years ago, right?
Blood clot.
Yeah, like what the hell happens, right? Like, but dude, I remember from that, and then now we go to where we're at now, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we don't skip that far ahead. I mean, we still have placed, and without going through the history, I guess because it's not the history, it's the evolution, right? I would say, but I mean, like, dude, going from that, like, I remember when you. Like there were so many there was little consoles and television that came out. And television did pretty well, right? I remember I had one of those. My grandpa was the director of a Boys and Girls Club that was next to I don't know if you remember, but A1 Amusements in Killeen.
Yes.
So like they would back up to each other, and the guy from A1, who's a really good friend of my grandpa's, would let me go in and play video games for free in the back of the storage room. He would open them all up, and while my grandpa was working to keep my little ornery ass busy, they would put me on the video games. But you go from all of that to now, like AOL. Like I'm not saying AOL start, you know what I'm saying, but right? Like you have AOL that did online, then people could connect and meet, and you had dial-up internet, you had bulletin board systems, which I actually did take part in bulletin board system life, which is absolutely crazy. And then you go to online, like I switched to PC gaming. The first PC that I really played online gaming with that I remember was Delta Force Black Hawk Down from Nova Logic.
Yeah.
That was like 2001 or 2, and you could make your own maps. You could do your own stuff. You know what I mean? All those things, which I wish there would be a game to come back out like that.
Mine was the original, wasn't it Quake? Quake Online?
Yeah, I remember Quake.
Yeah. That and it was one of the Ghost Recon games.
Yeah, I played, like I was always, like, I don't know how many people I've told this to, but the first computer I built was an 888 in the 7th grade. My grandpa ran also like a charity bingo hall. And it was actually called that, but they had a computer that something was wrong with it. And my grandpa was like, well, if you fix it, you can have it.
Yeah.
And that's all, like, ever since then, I've been in love with tinkering, putting my hands on it. I like all of those things, and I remember doing all of that. I remember playing Oregon Trail. I remember playing but the first thing I really remember of getting in on with an online community was that game, was Delta Force. And that was before Battlefield, because Battlefield is what actually killed Delta Force Black Hawk Down. Was the very first Battlefield game that was online and multiplayer. But I remember playing with people all over the world. We'd have matches. We would schedule matches and all kinds of stuff, right? And then now you have it where, dude, it seems like there's that, like, dude, we went from that to where we're at now, where, hey, you want to play a game? We can do it right now on YouTube right now while we're doing this. Like the just technology is like taken off with that. And then you go into streaming, which all of us do, and those type of things, man. And I guess that's really the part where it comes to like the thing that really I think drives gaming and has driven gaming. Is that the correct way to say that? But since about Nintendo, right? So Nintendo's the one that brought that into culture. Like if you notice when they made their console, they didn't call it they called it an entertainment system.
Yeah.
They didn't call it
Nope. A
the
gaming system
whatever
or
like
gaming
yeah, they
console.
didn't call no, they called it an entertainment system. And
But
they're the ones that brought that into pop culture,
yeah.
right?
Well,
And once
originally when
pop
the gaming system was being developed, they weren't gonna. They were, yes, they were gonna develop games for it, but they also wanted to be able to do other things in the original sense of being of the old school consoles being made. You know that was their a main plan, and then the gaming culture exploded, and then that's the reason they just focused on purely the gaming and all that stuff.
and now it's now you get to where we're at now, and I mean there's exciting things that are going on, but
Oh yeah,
I
now
still
now the
think it's
Xbox and all
crazy.
that shit, you can surf the web, you can watch videos on it, you can stream from it, and all that stuff. Play old school games on it.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing though about gaming right now is we still loathe for the old stuff,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
right? Like I still play games that are some people play them and now I'm sitting there playing them and people are like, how old is this game?
yeah.
But that's with live updates and of course all those things. But I still want
Right.
to go back and play. It's still one of the best stories to play all the way through. Here, I got a question for anybody that's in here and actively listening, whatever's going on in YouTube, this or you over here. Um, what was or am I on the right side? No, I'm on this side, so you're over there.
You're correct.
You flopped me over here. Anyway, um, Legend of Zelda, uh, Link to the Past.
Oh yes,
That is my so
on
Legend. I
Nintendo,
played the
right?
first Zelda, Super Nintendo.
Super
So
Nintendo. Okay.
Super Nintendo had Legend of Zelda, right? And
Yep.
then they had the Link Story of Link. That's where you
Yes.
probably get it mixed up. And that one was
Yep.
garbage, right?
That's over
Because
the
they try to
top.
change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried. Well, that over the top, but they tried to change it to where you could see him moving, and he was a
Yeah.
little skinnier guy. They tried to do too much with it. He looked like a Pitfall guy. That's the
Mm-hmm.
best way I could say it. And then, but the first one on Super Nintendo was A Link to the Past. That's the one I
Yes.
streamed a couple times. Absolute best story. I can
Yep.
still play that to today. Like, what would y'all say? Like, what would you say your bet? Like I guess I don't know what I'm asking now. The story that like the story games. Like, I don't know if you were into
What was
story
the
games or
best
not.
story
Like,
that
a lot of
stuck
people
with
say
me
Final.
in the old school
What
games?
got? Yeah. Like, because I still, even though I haven't played a lot of the new Zeldas, like I still am a huge fan of Zelda. You know.
Yeah. For the old school consoles, I mean, back then for me, I really wasn't playing for the story on those. I was just playing just to
Yeah.
play, you know. But
But that's
I,
the first. What's the first story? That's what I guess I'm asking. There we go. What's the first story game that you remember that I like? Most people, I'm gonna say, I would say that 90% of people are gonna say, okay, Half Life or yeah. See, like, but I think most people would say Final Fantasy, whatever that was
yeah,
on PlayStation, Final Fantasies. Mine was Zelda. That's what hooked me into I wanted to know more. You know what I mean? Like the lore of the game, right? So a lot of people got in that with Final Fantasy
yeah.
7. I don't know if you ever got into it, right? So some people never have. But
I got into Final Fantasy
PC, yeah.
so yeah, I got into Final Fantasy way later than most people did. I got into my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 6. And that was way after it was released. My brother just picked it up at a game store and was like, "Hey, I got this. You want to play it and all that stuff?" And we would take turns. He would die. I'd die. He would take turns and all that stuff. But that was with the Final Fantasy that really stuck with me. I'm sure if y'all know what Blitzball and all that stuff was. You can summon like different things and all that. And yeah, but Final Fantasy 6 was my Final Fantasy. Most people was 7, but 6 was mine. We put the fuck
Yeah.
out of 6.
See, I missed that whole Final Fantasy time. I wasn't that was a time of my life, honestly, where I was like trying to be cool. You
Yeah.
know? That was the troublemaking years of my life when it started because I went from like the picked on that's when I say I went from the picked on kid, right? To all
Right.
of a sudden I hit a growth spurt and then I way overdid it. I thought
Yeah.
I was like the toughest fucking guy in the world, right? Video games. We only play sports games. That's what we
Yeah.
play, and you gotta you know what I mean. But like once I calmed down back, and it got the honest truth is, and it's funny with Iron, he was talking about playing Leisure Suit Larry online.
Okay.
And I was like, "Do you know the first Leisure Suit Larry was on PC, and they still have it where you have to do? Do you know if you go play a Leisure Suit Larry game right now, you still have to do the age verification questions that I
Really?
can't even answer? Like, how does do they ask some obscure question, dude? But I remember like Leisure Suit Larry being like, that was like I remember getting yeah, dude, I got caught playing Leisure Suit Larry one
I
time
guess
on an
the
old
story that's really
computer.
stuck out to me for the old consoles was Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play the fuck out of that. I love that game. Like,
See, I never got in like Crash Bandicoot. I never
yeah,
got in like Paul. I don't know if you know Paul, don't you?
yeah.
Mortal Death Streams. So his favorite game of all time is Spyro.
Okay.
Like that's like that hands down. I've played one Spyro game.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Spyro. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like it. I wasn't more to like racing games and all that shit. More to shooting games and everything. More the
Yeah,
adventure and like fantasy games and everything. I on the PlayStation 1, I played a fuckload of the 007 games.
yeah. Have you tried to play 007 again?
Nuh-uh.
There's a good one for you. Try that again. Even on a Nintendo 64 controller.
Yeah.
It is not what it's still good, but it is not. The
Yeah.
movement is not. After you play these, like, which game are you talking about, Iron? Which one are you talking about? Sorry, I just saw it and I just agreed with his comment. Like I knew what the hell he was talking about, and who knows what I said.
That game isn't that
But
bad.
yeah,
Still
I don't
on
know
my
which one.
PlayStation 2?
Oh,
Nice.
probably talking about Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot. I bet that's got to be a Bandicoot. Freaking, I never got into it. After I played it, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I remember like no man, my grandmother, she was real big into like Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
Mario and Tetris. And speaking
Okay.
of Tetris, that was her big thing. She didn't play. So back when QVC would happen, she was our lifeline because she was the only other adult that liked video games.
Yeah.
And so we would go when there would be like a special on QVC, and we'd be like, "Nanny, come look at this. There's if you get a Pac-Man, you can get this game with it too for like this price off." And because we would try to like bundle it with the game, like her favorite game was Mario 2.
Yeah.
The one, isn't Mario 2 the Toadstool one, right? That was before he got the P-Wings and all that. 3.
Yep.
Yeah, so 2, she absolutely loved 2, you know. But then it, like I guess to get back on track because ADHD, right? But then you get into now the culture is right. Like I feel like now, this is my personal opinion. And, anybody else can tell theirs if they want to. Feel free to. But like, I feel like now we're getting just handed bullshit by developers. Like it used to be caring about the gaming community, but I feel like there might be a change. And I'll tell you when I thought that. And I'll give you my examples. But
now I feel like it's so competitive. It's all just competitive driven now.
Microtransactions, dude. Microtransactions.
That too, and money driven and all that stuff. But I feel like
dude, microtransactions, in my opinion, microtransactions, I still do them, right?
Yeah.
Like, freaking Call of Duty, I've got dude, how many times have you ever seen me? Have you ever seen me play Call of Duty?
No.
Why do I have Beavis and Butthead?
Dude, I've probably spent
like
thousands of dollars on fucking Call of Duty and their fucking skin just over the whole fucking franchise, They're buying skins and all that stuff and packs and all that.
ESO's big into that. What I think microtransactions went out crazy.
Oh yeah.
We don't even talk about Fortnite, right? With their thing. And then streaming comes in way before I ever thought about doing it.
Oh yeah.
Or
same.
me and you, just even for the reasons we do it. The same reasons we're doing the podcast, just to have fun. We're not like here like, oh man, we're pros at doing this, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I like streaming, is because it brings, that's one of the few times where like I miss the banter, even because how many times, and see a lot of people, this is the comment, and I don't mean to get off of track here, but it's kind of on track. But the comment I get a lot when I see out in lives and I see out in public and people talking about it, right, is how can you just watch somebody else play a video game?
Yeah.
Did you not ever just sit on the fucking couch and watch somebody run through a video game?
Hours. Watching my friends, my brother, my cousins, my dad.
Like we would go to people's, we would go to like what I'm guessing is Negley. Like I'm not trying to say keep saying, but Negley, he did. Correct me if I'm wrong, Negley, from the pod. If I am wrong, but you did have at one point a world record or two or something like that, right? but he would have been the kid that we would have all fucking jumped on our bikes and made a trip to go across town just to sit in the living room. Yeah, or the arcade or wherever, just to sit and chill and watch him play.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We would just sit and watch people play, dude. Like that streaming was just something that expanded on what people already did.
I remember going to the Clean Mall or Lampasas Rental and just, going in, and there's just a horde of people around one fucking arcade, and this guy just making this insane fucking high score or get to this level no one's been at yet, and we're just all in awe, right?
yeah, and he's untouchable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We thought he was a fucking god back then. He was a fucking legend.
Hey, dude, he is. He still is. He knew the code of the Matrix. He knew the code of the Matrix, right? But you remember, like, the Nintendo glove, like, even though it was a piece of crap, that's like one bomb that Nintendo had was the Nintendo Power Glove, right? What did he say? That's what we did growing up. Yeah, our social network. Yeah, that was our social network, finding bikes, right? But like, remember the Power Glove? I still see that's what they did, even though that's a failure, right? Yeah. Like for them, the Nintendo Power Glove was an absolute failure. But if you saw when I did my 80s, like the whole 80s dress up thing, like that's the thing I had still was the Power Glove. I still picture that. When I picture somebody being a badass at video gaming, for some reason I picture them still having a fucking Power Glove on,
or the gun,
like
or
the Infinity Gauntlet,
Dunk Hunter,
the bazooka. Who remembers the bazooka on Super Nintendo?
Or the floor mat for the old fucking dancing on Nintendo's.
Yeah, dude, that was before Dance Revolution, right? That was before that. When you could do that
halftime,
stuff.
It didn't even fucking work.
But we still loved it. We still loved it. We figured out a way to make shit work that did not work. I don't know if you ever been to somebody's
that thing to fucking get those buttons to work.
How many controllers did you get from people, dude, that looked like mangled crap when you were like, that's you were the second player. They had one good one. That's the way it happened in a lot of my friends' house. They had one good controller,
no matter where they went. If you were playing on Nintendo, everyone had their own controller. If it was on Super Nintendo, fucking 64, it was always fucking, hey, look at this controller. And some people would have like clear fucking blue controllers, and I'm like, what is that one?
Yeah, man. And then then it takes off to where we're at now, right? Yeah. Like, so we're our generation, Negley's, and I'm not saying this like in a bad way. Negley's just a little bit older than I know. Well, besides Negley, I think Iron's the oldest one in the crowd. I don't know who else is here. Because Iron's like 55. Negley's like 55 and a half.
Yeah.
Not really. But like our time frame is that's what gaming became still today. You could still see our imprint. Yep. On all of these games, dude. Like you still see it. Even the racing that Iron does, right? So the first racing simulators that were absolutely by today's standards were garbage. But I remember waiting for the Cruis'n USA driving simulator, and dude, look, the wheel shakes in your hand. Dude, the feedback was absolutely crap, right?
Yeah.
It just shook and all that. And then you go to now, like people have their own whole simulators in their house. And they connect,
the old fucking flight sticks back in the day, or what was that one mech game where you had a whole fucking setup for the mech game?
Oh, dude, we were just looking at that one. Yeah. I cannot remember. That was there was a flight game that they came out with that had a whole console to it.
Oh, really?
No, it might have been that. Excuse me. It had a controller to it. It might have been that mech game.
Yeah, because the mech game, you had to buy that setup to be able to play the game. And that fucking setup was like $300 fucking back then.
Yeah, dude. And then you played with that, and then like you had to buy the whole thing. And if you didn't have that thing, you couldn't play the game. And it wasn't 2-player. But it's crazy to see. And then the people that you meet, right? Like they say online relationships, and I can say this honestly, and this ties into a whole nother side of it, right? Like we took gaming as friends, and that connected us as children, right? Now as grown adults, we find our true friends through fucking gaming.
Yep.
And I've met you.
Yeah.
And I consider the people I consider, like, even I don't care who's in the it's not about that. But the people I actually can say, hey man, that's a friend of mine that like Bobby, Evil Donkey, Bobby. I met him through gaming, bro.
Yeah.
I met Roy, that Royd Rager through. I knew he
Yep.
worked with we worked with him and stuff, but I really got to know him through gaming
Yeah.
on playing art
Well,
back on
it's
Xbox 360.
like you, Mamba, fucking Cowboy General, all of them. I met all of them through fucking gaming, and we play every
And I
single
hold
we play
and
every single night, and I can say that every single one of y'all brothers.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and it's not blazing like Negley. Negley with I didn't know that which I'm not trying to say, but like I'm sure y'all have heard this story. Like me and Iron, like instantly was one of those things. Like I search out squirrels. That's how I
Yeah,
found Malice. You
yeah,
remember that, right? When I first got on here, and then
yep,
that's how I found out because we all search a squirrel.
right,
When you're networking, that's the easiest way. Find somebody with a name in common and be like, "What kind of squirrel are you? What the
yeah,
fuck is this? Why do you know what I mean?" And like those are true connections that I've
oh yeah,
made. Like I consider just like you, like I know that if I needed to talk, not just about gaming or something, dude, but we
yeah,
met through a gaming in a way,
yep,
right? Just the same thing with Iron. If you call streaming is fucking game,
hmm,
that's why you hear me talk about all the time. We get this thing all twisted about streaming, right? Like the support's
gaming
great, and
started
yes, you
streaming.
want to
That's
do
what
it.
it came out of.
Yeah, we get it all twisted where it's not about the fun anymore and the connections we make and getting to know people
Yeah,
and the fun times and all that stuff. It becomes, oh, I got to be the most viewed in the world. I got to have 13 people in here. I got to be all of this stuff, dude.
some of the
That's all
best
fun
times that I've
and
ever had is playing with my online friends through my whole
yeah.
history of my life. Some of the best fucking memories and best times that I had is sitting here on fucking Discord or on whatever fucking platform we can communicate on, and just shooting the shit
Mhm.
and playing video games. Like those are my
Yeah.
best fucking memories in my whole life.
And those are true friends like Jared.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Jared's gone now. He's driving trucks, but Jared, y'all knows this story. Most of y'all know that. No, I met him in 2020 playing a game called Atlas.
Yeah,
Uh, and I was, dude, I down on my luck, dude. I didn't have a freaking pot to piss in it or window to throw it out of, dude. I
yeah.
didn't. I went from riding high in life and being the bar manager and all of these things to COVID happening and that shut down that industry. To me, that's why when people say, "Oh, y'all lived on the freaking gut," dude, that money wasn't shit that
Yeah.
compared to what I was making. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like I had, dude, it was bad. Like I remember talking to him due to my Xbox. So the only connection I really had to the outside world then was, and I had COVID 3 times, so I definitely wasn't leaving that.
Yeah.
You know, was Xbox, right? So I didn't have anything. I didn't have any food. I didn't have any. Dude, I was dead broke, dude, waiting on my next little government. That big
Yeah.
government payout they
Yeah.
had, right? I was waiting on that one. Jared's like, "Hey, dude, I'll send you cigarettes. I bought you Xbox, and here's you like $20 to get you something to eat to hold you
Yeah.
over, bro." And I only knew him online. Now I know him in
Yeah.
real life. I know his
Yeah.
kids. I know everything else, bro. But you can't like that's when people say now, like I take it like that's why I guess I feel like that is because I'm on the other side of it, like the true connection sides of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Gaming is
meeting
just
Iron and
is
meeting
more than
all
just
of these
gaming.
new friends and you and I can go down the list. My
Yeah.
buddy Joe that's in Australia that I was playing Peak with the other night, all these people that I've met, man, I say I've met, but I've never met them in person. And some of them I
Same.
plan to, some of them it's
Yeah.
just hard to, right?
Right.
Like that's a one hell of a trip to make to freaking Australia
Yeah.
versus going to
Yeah.
going to Texas where I have family or going to see I or us meeting up in Vegas one time or something
Yeah.
like that, right? It's a whole lot harder getting over
Yep.
there, but that's I don't care. I've sat there and talked to that man like through more things than anybody else. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like through hard times, good times. You know, poor guy was like he's one of the top fishermen in the world, got paralyzed, dude. And the only way he had his only connection was playing games and getting
Right.
it back, dude. And people were there for him. And you can't tell me that the connections aren't real. And that's why I feel like a lot of
Oh,
times when people
100
are
definitely.
streaming and
Yeah.
they get it,
100% the
and
real.
it's all and it's about fuck the viewers and just gifts
Yeah.
and how much money and you're making and all this stuff. I think you
Yeah.
got it messed up. And it's
Yeah.
great you're doing good. But like there's some real connections here. Not everybody there's I hate to say it like that, but there's levels to things, right? Just
Oh
like
yeah. Oh
friendships,
yeah.
right? But like, dude, I've met so many real fucking people, man.
Yep.
It's just
And
like you're not gonna tell me any different, you know?
yeah.
You're never gonna tell me any different from the people that I would consider family. Like if something happened, if I got a call right now from and I not trying to say it bad about anybody, you know what I mean, just throwing names, but people that were present, like you, Iron, or anybody else, like, dude, I'm gonna be on my way and doing the
Yep.
best I can to come and back up any way I can because we
Same.
are truly fucking friends. It's
Yep.
not about anything else. And like I was saying about Negley, I didn't even know his daughter was Hottie Shoddy from Hottie with the Shoddy or whatever. I make when she comes in, that's his daughter. I didn't know that, and I
Yeah.
had already known her through another connect. And until I went in his live one time, and then since it was it didn't matter about streaming
Yeah.
or any of that. For some reason, when I saw Negley, it was like not like we're best friends and we talk every day or anything, but it was like an instant connection. Like, cool, man, let's be friends.
Yeah.
It didn't matter about how good you were at a game. We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about any of those things.
Yep.
It was, let's be fucking friends,
Yeah.
dude. And I see Kat in there, doing the thing. It's just like Kat coming into the live. Like a lot of people think that by the HR badge that I made for her, you know what I'm talking. The
Yeah.
whole thing now when you come in, like that's an actor, like that's me trying to take it. No, that's like true connections for me.
Right.
Because to me, it's still, do I take everything personal in a live? Fuck no.
No.
But like the people that I hold near and dear to me that I do talk to more and that I get to know more, I want to make those things for them. I don't feel obligated at
Yeah.
all. And
No.
when I'm like,
Same.
oh shoot, I forgot, it's because I honestly care enough that I'm like, oh, I'm glad to meet you.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter about anything else.
No.
But anyway. But
Well, the same with me
Yeah.
in general. I started streaming during COVID and all that stuff. Like actually back in like 2019, actually I started streaming. And then like a year later, I met General. I was just searching through Twitch, just finding people to network with and all that stuff. And I came across General because I thought he had a cool setup. And sat there and watched him for a while and just threw $100 at him anonymously.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, and all that stuff. And then through that, we started talking and all that. And then years later, we kept on gaming. And then I met, Mamba and Cowboy and Prodigy and Mercs and all them. Those are the homies that I consistently game with every single night. And, and off to the races. And we're still fucking playing the games till this day.
And that's, and I don't know. It's not, this isn't about this subject, but this is one thing that hit me, and I don't want to, like, to each their own and their own opinions, right? But when people talk about, like, you do have your circle of friends, right?
Oh yeah.
That you play with online and things like that. But when I hear this like comment sometimes about like your OG, the people that you're willing to like kick, like there are people that, yes, you're always invited. I don't care about you getting on voice chat, things like that. But there's a certain sense of it, and I've noticed myself doing this, right? Like, how did we meet each other? How did I meet Iron? How did I meet this person? Not because I was like, oh, I only take care of the old people that I know.
Nah, hell
right?
no.
It's because I branch out, right? There are those people that no matter what, like, if Iron met, like to be honest, if you message me even playing something like, what was that night? I was like gone all like, dude, I'd probably drink like that. So this is what I drank that night down to where it was, and it was a fresh bottle, and I haven't drank since that night.
By no means
but
am I
like,
locked in with my with the fucking guys
yeah,
I game with.
But there's still those people that are there.
you know?
But I think we forget to go out, and like today when I was like, you know what, I want to turn on comms on Rocket League and talk to different people, and I think some of it's the toxicity that the community has become, right? But we forget sometimes to include new people, because as long as we stick with that same circle, we'll never grow.
When the boys are playing COD or whatever and all that stuff, when we're down a person, we meet people all the time and all that stuff, and several people come in that are in my Discord, and they're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, you got room for us? And it's just some random dude we met on COD or some other game, and we just stayed in contact with them. They're just part of the circle. The circle is forever fucking growing. It's not these 7 people that are locked in and like, no, I'm only gaming with these people, so you gotta fuck off. No.
And at the same time,
if you would have came in like, hey man, can I'm going through a rough time or whatever, you want to play some games? And I'm like, hey boys, I'm gonna go play games with Squirrel. They've been like, all right, cool.
Yeah, but I don't even mean that, but I mean just like in general, like sometimes I've noticed myself doing this, and I meant to do it earlier, like on live, and it's just talking. I don't know why I feel like I'm just compelled to get on the subject, right? Like about meeting new people and gaming with new people. That's what, like, I don't mean it to sound, that's why I seek out still. It doesn't matter. And I'm still taking, I don't care. Even with, I don't know how many people are watching right now, and go look, 8 something, whatever's in here, right? These 8 people that are watching
on my live today, whatever I've averaged, I don't even know. I don't look at the stats. I really don't, dude. I don't. I rewatch my lives and see if I could do something better. But I don't study. I study the shit I can change. I don't study the stuff I can't change.
Right.
And once I end the live, whatever my stats were and what I made and all that, that can drastically change the next live, right?
Yeah.
So I don't focus on those things. And I could be wrong. I could be right. But that's just what I do personally, right? But
I just get on there just to have fun.
I noticed that I don't put it like I don't play with followers enough, and it's because I do worry about the platform because we do put work into what we do, right?
Yeah.
Just like doing this podcast, no matter how big it gets, small it gets, monetizing or not, dude, we're going to do the best we can because we love the craft, right? But in the same sense, I don't want it ruined. But like I think we miss a lot of opportunities in our daily. I'll give you perfect examples of people, and I don't mean this, and I mean this in a wholehearted. Like Steven and Weber, right? You've probably seen them. Steven's doing the Beam server now. Like those are some of the two best people that most people would not like. And I'm not trying to say this in any way, but like they're not the outgoing personalities like me, you, Iron, and Lucid, and even Negley and all these other people. You know, they're not those outgoing personalities, but they're really good fucking people, man. And without without giving the chance of getting to know them, if I just stuck to my core group of people, I would have never met them.
Right.
And it's great to see Steven being excited about the Beam server, dude. Like I want to do it. My plan was tonight after I got done here was to do a race, pull my racing sim setup over, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But there's so many great people that we meet, man. And no matter how long or short they are in our lives, like we can get into the crazy stuff, right? About life, about the chances of us even being here,
like
right?
going back in the old days, you know, going to arcades and all that stuff and meeting new people, you know, and seeing, you know, the kids and all that stuff in there, you know, making friends that way and all that. It's the same thing, you know?
Yeah, it's just those are the connections, and it doesn't matter. And I know, like, and I feel bad a lot of time. I am, like I was telling, matter of fact, Lucid, and when he was in my live today, we were talking about. He was like, "I know you're a busy guy," you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad. I am busy, and if you know me in real life, I overextend myself, but it helps keep without medicating myself for ADHD. That's what keeps me kind of in line, even though I do get squirrel brained about it, right? Hence the name.
Yeah.
But like that's a reason, but that's still a good reason, but that's not an excuse. And I have to stop telling myself that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, that's like my cousin Jaden that I've shared to some of you guys, and I don't know if you've been in there probably, which I'm not getting into the stuff that he goes through in real life. You know what I mean? But like to the opportunity to help him to even get to stream, the opportunity to go set in even in Steven's thing and hear him like being happy, even if it doesn't matter how great like when he shared his setup, and I'm not trying to glaze them over, you know what I'm saying? We are mixed with a bunch of, sorry, I just saw well said cat and I didn't see it. I saw it pop up, personalities we would never think would match. Yeah, but we do. We do match after it, and it comes out that way. And it's funny because I think I had this conversation with Iron, and it was, you were dealing with your thing that you had. It was around the time, like, you know, we talked about doing the second episode of the podcast, and it kind of went away because you had things and you had your face thing happen. You know what I mean? You had life issues. But I was telling him, I said, you know, I don't care about my numbers, like the way it's going. I love how chat's going. I love how people are being interactive. And that was about the time I met Kat and DC Nurse and some other people, Negley, and there's all kinds of people that come in and out. I don't care. I don't keep track of, was Flames in today? Did he send me his heart me? What's his team level on my thing? Right? I don't pay attention to that. But like all of those people, like that's what makes me happy. And it would be nice to have 100 people in my life, right?
Yeah.
But those people aren't going to be chat. But I don't know if I really want to be enough to where I'm happy where I'm at in a way, because I want enough where I can keep up with chat. Once I can't keep up with chat anymore, I kind of want to stop growing.
Right.
Because to me, that's the fun that we had in gaming was meeting people. And like, I've only played, I think she's Kat, like speaking of Kat, but Kat's been in my life, and I remember playing Fortnite with her and Iron before she ever even came in my life. And I remember just meeting her and playing Fortnite, and it didn't matter. Like same thing when we played with people. It doesn't matter the game. It doesn't matter what it is. You can still go on and have fun with friends, and
Right.
that's why I say multi. That's still the future of gaming.
Oh yeah.
It does not matter because you can sit there and play a single player game and you can be great at the game, but I would rather have community connections and like
Oh yeah. Same.
play something stupid, you know?
I mean, that's the whole
But
point
yeah.
of an initial part of gaming was to bring people together and like have the family play the system and make fucking memories and all that stuff.
Yeah. And that's definitely the future of, I mean, the more you see it,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
to kind of move to the future of it. Like there's some games, we can talk about this. I do want to say Borderlands is only a 4-person thing, but Borderlands 4, which is coming out, that's going to be a big one for me. I'm going to
Yeah.
be all over that. But those type of games, man, like I mean, I feel like that's the future. It doesn't matter. Like Iron playing F1 and shout out to Iron for playing F1 with and doing those things like with the community like he does. I don't want to put that, something, but like playing with Steven and Weber and Lucid and all them, the whole community. I tried it once, and you remember that's when I
See those nostril hairs.
yeah, that's when I got banned on TikTok that one time for the national anthem thing, right? Like in some games, I'm not a crash out gamer, but for some reason F1 crashed me out trying to use a wheel because funny thing is most of y'all know like I have a anyway, I have a faster car, blah blah blah. And I enjoy driving my Skyline to go to Walmart,
Yeah.
I can do like 110 miles an hour. And I don't post a lot of pictures of it because I'm not here for clout and be like, "Ooh, look at my car." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's a car,
Right.
But like, I think that's what frustrated me in it because like I shouldn't suck this bad, right? And we still crash out, but dude, that's the thing I think that connects it. That's why Minecraft still is going.
Oh yeah.
That's why Elder Scrolls still to this day is going.
Yep.
That's why World of Warcraft is going. That's why even PUBG. My dumbass tried to play PUBG last night.
Even Halo's
And
still
couldn't
going
get a
on
game
PC.
for 30. Yeah. Like all of these games, I don't think you're ever going to be able to
No.
kill a true multiplayer game. And I think it all started. I think here's my why does my hat seem crooked? Anyway, here's my take. Sorry, and I'll say this one, but I feel like if you guys know Larian Studios, do y'all know who Larian is? If you don't, it's who makes Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate
Okay.
is, Baldur's okay.
Yeah.
So Baldur's Gate, do you know how much hate they got when they released Baldur's Gate 2 or 3, whatever the new one is 3?
Well, they got a
Dude,
shitload of hate for it.
yeah, because they were like, "What do you mean we cannot live up to these standards?" They released they did what everybody. They released a game. Yes, it still had some bugs, but it was full, complete. They promised no DLCs
Yeah.
for a year, and they got the other developers. You can go see it, search it yourself. They were pissed. They were like, "How dare you make a game that's complete and all this stuff?"
Yeah.
And we can't don't. And they literally said, "Don't expect this to the gaming community."
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that where we've gotten to, but I think that that's where the money grab comes in.
Oh yeah.
Man, is that they can't get away with that. How's it going, Casey? They can't get away from that, right? Like multiplayer games, and that kicks in microtransactions. Because I don't care. I still get the good feeling of when I'm like, "Hey, Flames, come check out this cool freaking sword
Yeah,
that I got."
yeah.
And I'm not just showing you on a live.
Yep.
Like I feel like I'm showing you in person when your
Yeah.
character walks up to me and I'm freaking
Yep.
waving my sword
Look
at
at
you.
this
You
new
know what I
skin I
mean?
just got.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I did to get this, bro? I had
Yeah.
to grind this stupid dungeon and do this. You want to do it with me?
Let's
You know
go.
what I mean? Let's spend 5 more hours of our life. I'm doing good. How are you? How are you?
Good, Chase.
That's the truth there. You know what I'm saying?
How you doing, bro?
Like it's just I don't think they're gonna get away from it. And that's the future of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we could go into what Iron and then we're talking about. We're not going to get into that, but like the simulation theory, right? Like I really feel like that's going to be your next thing. Like I don't know if y'all have seen this from Google, where
Oh, yeah.
you
It's
can
gonna be
literally
with the
write
VR
in
and all
the
that stuff,
world.
the way all that shit's going.
They have it already. Have you
Yeah.
seen that with Google? Google has that engine already, so it creates a starting world for you.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
And then you type in prompts into AI and literally it freaking creates as you go.
Damn.
So it's creating as you go. You can type in, put somebody in
fucking
front of me, and
wild.
it's gonna do it. So I feel like that's the future of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
streaming, we talk about it enough, dude. But
I mean,
streaming, that's why I
eventually
say streaming
it's gonna
changed.
be like Ready Player One eventually, where it's just
That is Ready Player One.
yeah, or just a
Bro, that is
massive
Ready Player
open
One.
world that has other worlds in it that you can just traverse any game and within one fucking giant universe of billions of fucking games, and literally do
Yeah.
anything inside that.
That's what it really comes down to,
Yeah.
man. I mean, like, there's those games that still I loathe for a game. Like, I don't know if you know Joe Wackham. You've met Joe, haven't you? The one who makes VR asset, like he does his own he has his own VR game. He has that movie theater that he made with all the 80s toys.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah,
like
yeah,
him,
yeah.
he has an arcade inside of there that you can grab with your hands and literally press the buttons and play the
shit.
old arcade games with the ROMs inside of them,
Yeah.
dude.
Damn.
Like that to me, that's I see that as the future, man. Like streaming, that's why I say streaming has changed. And that's why you see so many people going to IRL streams, because a lot of these the clout gamers are far and few between anymore. We have people that are great, and I mean this wholeheartedly, you know what I mean? Like all in their own rights. You're great at the games you're great at. Like I always mess around and tell people I'm not good at games. Well, when I'm talking to chat, I definitely am not good because I'm already trained. But like when I play Rocket League, Iron was like, "Oh, you win on Rocket League a lot." Well, like that's a game that I can play. I'm programmed in to play,
Yeah.
and I'm still not that great at it. But I think like it's still gonna be those people that have the high scores are always gonna be. They go back to arcades, right? Those people are always those are the champions, right? Those are and that's we go back to not getting participation trophies. I can't ever agree with participation trophies. But there are no participation trophies. You participating is your participating trophy. But like those people will always be revered. But like there's so many people now, like it's so open and it's so vast, and there's so many more of us that exist and that play, that enjoy the games, that like doing that, just like it for the community aspects of it, that I feel like those are that's the future of it, is community gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Not based on skill. What do you hear about all the complaints from the new Call of Duties and everything?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it's
exactly.
skill-based matchmaking.
Yep.
No one wants that anymore. No one cares about how good you are at no one cares how many freaking levels you can make on freaking Fortnite before you get shot. No one cares.
Yeah, exactly. We want to be able to connect and play with our friends and have a community and meet new people and just
What's up, Toxic?
make memories and shit. What's up, Toxic?
You said there that's better. What's better? My camera keeps going in and out of focus. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm about to get rid of this Ozbot. I have everything turned off and it keeps turning itself back on. I'm gonna have to ask
mirrorless camera.
Big Daddy Iron. Yeah, dude, buy me one. How about that? How about that? Help me sell this one for this $180 camera that I bought. Then I got to raise 500. I could sell some. I could sell a little bit of.
But that one doesn't work with streaming. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. Nice. Here, I got you a mirrorless camera, dude. How do I plug it up? Oh, it doesn't work. Cool. Thanks, man.
Oh shit.
I hate that. What? What'd she say? I can't read because the heart's in the way. I hate that your TikTok streams now. Oh, this is just I don't know, but okay. Yes, Toxic. Oh, you're saying because I'm just on TikTok? Yeah, I don't know. I that's where I'm at. I don't know. That's probably gonna change this week. That's another thing, but that's not what we're here for at all. But that's changing. I'm going other. Well, I'm still gonna be on there, but I'm coming. I don't know. Well, that did not sound good. I just cut that off. Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was not a good time to pause. That was not a good time to pause.
Make your camera go up to the ceiling right now.
Let's go up there. You never know. That goes back what I told you. As your camera, like most people's, like Irons and everybody, you don't have to put a second camera. I will never raise. I don't know what it is about seeing my hands from here. I like to see my face seen, right? Yeah. So, like, that's the mystery, is what's going on down here all the time. That's what's going on with my hands down here. But wait, what? You never know.
Clip.
Now every time you guys see me in stream or you all see me anywhere else, yeah, you're gonna be like, where's his hands? What's he doing? Why is he smiling? So what's going on? That's gonna be that's it clipped and Negley. but that's like to me, that's, I think that's where to me, that's the future of it, man. And I think that
Oh yeah,
anybody
most
can.
definitely.
I think no matter how much people struggle, because of the world we're in, right? We're doing
Yeah.
the podcast, we're in the content,
Well, it's
this
just
realm of
it's
things.
even like even one players can have a community, just like Cyberpunk. You know, I've met people just because they played the game and they're like, Cyberpunk's an awesome game, and like it is an amazing game and all that stuff. And there's the connection of just playing the game and like, oh, I did this in the game, and then I'm like, well, I did this and all that stuff, and then you build a connection, even though you never played the game together or even met online. There's all that stuff. There's still a connection with, it doesn't have to be an online game to meet each other. It's just that bringing together that community through that game, because the game built a community and people love that. And they want to connect.
It's still some of the most,
yeah,
it's still some of the most watched games in a stream. Stardew Valley didn't come out with multiplayer until this year, right? I think like those games are still, even though you may not be into them, you know what I'm saying? Like most people, right. I play those type of games. All right, I'm frou like that. I play the little romance games. I play them on my own time. I should stream them some more. I'd probably get more views, but it's okay.
It was like the very first Halo. When Halo initially came out, there wasn't a multiplayer for it. It wasn't an online thing, and then they updated it, and then we could play together, and then there was an online multiplayer for it and all that, and then that exploded and everything.
That's funny. Toxic. I'm in as my regular account. That's why I just put LOL. I don't even have that changed. Because I'm not on my phone. I don't have my Nut House Gaming one, and I'm on the PC here. And I should have probably went under Nut House Gaming, but I'm under. It doesn't matter. Whatever. But there's my freaking government name. Look me up, guys. I ain't got nothing to fucking hide. Whatever. That's like in somebody's live. Speaking of nothing to hide, somebody's live was like, I bet people in here had never been I think Iron was in there, and I was like, I've been incarcerated, and for months at a time, and people were like, I'm like, what, do you want me to fucking lie to you? You ain't got nothing to look at. So. I'm not the same person. Anymore. I'm fucking 40 years old. I definitely don't want to go back, and I'm definitely not doing anything that equals that, right?
Nope.
But like, we want me to lie to you? Like, no, I've been a perfect person my whole life. No, here's my fucking details. Look me up.
Perfect little princess.
Yeah, just don't come to my house. Just don't come to my house. It won't be good for you.
Yeah,
you can try if you want, and you can look it up, and you'll be seen down the road before you ever get here. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna say I live in Texas.
You know what I mean? So, but it's cool. Like that's the thing, man. Like it's just, I think that's the future of it, and I think the future of streaming, like, is not. I could be wrong, and I could take it how people want to take it, and I don't mean this like a support for support thing with streaming, right? That's not what I mean. But when all these people are talking about streamers being friends with streamers, and that may be true for that 1%, because I still call them the 1%. They're the 1 percentile of streaming, right? Like the Clicks and the freaking Ninjas and the Dr. Disrespects. Those are the 1%. Oh, yeah, all of us get a shot, right? Sometimes they'll get a shot into there, but then a lot of people, you realize they don't want it. You see them, you see them, and it's a lot that goes with it. But like, to me, that's not where it's at anymore. And as long as we're focused on how much my setup costs, and I don't mind who I hurt in these feelings, because I like toys too. Okay, we can get into all that. But as long as, when that's clout chasing to me, when you keep talking about all that, it's not just talking about toys and all of these things. You're already losing when it's about you, because streaming is no longer about you. And if you can't build, and you don't have to have a community. To me, I've always said this, and you know this, and anybody else that knows me, is the community that it's the people that come in. It's not about what your tag says. It's not about what fucking Discord you go to. And if you can't get down with the community, I think you lose in the future of gaming.
Oh yeah, most
definitely. Your government name is Squirrel.
Squirrel Iron.
Yeah. Don't get me started, John. I mean, sorry, Iron. I wish Esh was in here right now so I can call him Ben. Hey, Ben. So fun.
Well, my name's Aaron Bunting, since we're throwing out government names.
We don't have to go multiple names. But But I feel like, that's the thing, dude, is like that's the future of all of this. Are these
Oh,
type
yeah.
of podcasts? We're no I mean, to quote, like, it was cool to hear like Lucid and them talking about that, like, if you go, which is funny, I don't mind promoting other people either because I don't give a fuck. But if you go like search the Lucid Iron podcast right now on Google,
Yeah.
like there's so much shit that pops up from theirs.
Hell yeah.
It's because they've archived it correctly. They've done
Yep.
things right way. But that's cool as shit. But when he was talking about we're like Joe Rogan or we're gonna be the Joe, whatever else,
Mhm.
I don't ever think I'll ever make it, dude. All right. Like I
Yeah.
don't have that plan. I don't know if I really want this. If anything, I would rather do this than streaming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is where I love this at. I
Yep.
love talking to people. I could sit here for hours on end and go to a next subject and the next
Yep,
subject. I
same,
could do this
same,
daily.
same.
Though I don't want to do it daily, but like I could just bring people up. I'd be like, who's next? Send them the link. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Let's bring them up here. Let's fucking
Yep.
just talk, dude. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think that's, to me, this is what the future of streaming is.
Yeah.
This is what it is. It's the people talking. It's the community. It's the growth, because all of those other, you hear this and I hear people say like, oh, you're famous. No, I'm fucking not. No, I'm not. I don't know anybody that's famous. And Angie's one of the most closest people I do know, that when she goes on that has active people chatting
Yeah.
in there, they're not even famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're famous in our own right? But like, I feel like that for us, like I've already achieved what I could want to achieve. Like we're crafting, we're talking to each other. Like we can talk to we could talk to, get to know everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. And that's why Ange does
What's
so
up,
well.
cowboy?
And I'm not trying to, she's not even in here. Like I'm not trying to glaze her in that, but her biggest thing is, friends don't keep score. Like when people come in like, sorry, I haven't been here. That's her thing, is saying always, friends don't keep score. We don't keep score about these things. We don't like that. To me, that is the future.
Right.
That's the future.
Yes.
There is no like all these people with these, oh, come on and save me with the galaxy. And we've got these people. That's all going to go away.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
Sooner or
they're
later.
not gonna last doing that shit.
They're doing good what they're doing. And I'm not hating on the money that they're making, but that's not the future.
Yeah. They're not.
They're
not-
living in
not
the now.
gonna
That's
sustain.
now.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
now. But when we go to the future, like that's the thing. You got to stay. And I feel like that's why you see.
Yeah, 10 years in the future, they're not going to be around. They're not going to be
That's
doing
why-
the same shit.
And Dr. what's, I don't know his name, but Dr. Disrespect. Now, he has his own streaming platform out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you knew that or not. But even with the stuff, like that's why even the older people that are coming back because they're like, dude, even though we played that, let me show you how you be good at the game and stream. And then the rest of these people, because it's been diluted down, and not a problem with everybody wanting to stream, And that's why I say that's the future. Other than that, if you're not an ace at the game, the future is getting to know fucking people.
Yep.
Stop thinking you're better. Just because the camera is on you does not make you better than fucking everybody else in the room, Like to me sums up all of gaming's future in general. And there's like, look what's happened to COD, right? You could say it's even happened to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
They think everybody has to buy Black Ops, right?
Yeah.
Now look at the community turning against them because they're throwing out shit.
Yep.
It's gonna happen. You keep trying to live on that, it's gonna freaking happen.
I'm
look,
good,
it's Art.
Rebel.
What's up, Art?
I'm fucking Gucci.
No self-promotion, toxic. That's, you gotta tell no self-promotion. That's Art's a buddy of my brother's from Dallas.
Okay. Nice.
He plays in Dune in our server over here, but I'm just explaining to who Art is. That's who.
This whole podcast is nothing about self-promotion.
Who streams in here? Drop your link so we can ban you. My dude, my brother, my dude.
Get him out of here!
Yeah, get out! Don't you dare!
Did we
don't
start
you dare
yelling?
be
I'll start yelling! God damn it!
Don't you dare have your own. Don't you dare have your own drive and dreams.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't you come in here with that. All right? Don't you do that. Don't you do it.
Oh, you have a YouTube too? You got your own merch? Get him out of here!
Yeah, no. Oh, I'm the only YouTube that exists. What do you mean?
Yeah. Keeping Gaming Weird is the only podcast in the world that exists.
No, dude, it's good to see. Like, dude, I had this thing, and I haven't told anybody about this, and it'd be great if we could figure out how to do this. If we found enough podcasts, and I say couples, right? Because usually it's podcast. You're my podcast couple, but usually it's like
What's going on, dude?
yeah. But if we did one, you know, what would be cool is if one time, it doesn't matter the channel. I don't care if we made a random channel and nobody monetized off of it, right? Because it's not about that to me. But how cool would it be one time to have like the Iron and Lucid join, and they're in their own box over here, and us, and it would get a little hectic. I know that. But if we did about 3 or 4 people of podcasts and just a random channel, even we could talk about, and everybody could have their own links above their thing, right? But how cool would that be, dude? Like, that's the thing. Like you could sit there and everybody could talk about a subject of anything, dude, and it could just be alive. And to me, that is the winner here, right?
Or
is
find
to me
a way
is
that they can, like, so you have like Iron and, you know, Elusive, and you like click on them and it brings you to a link that just has their camera, or then you can go to the main thing and it has everyone on it. You can click ours and it goes to our cameras, you know.
That'd be cool to do as a one time, you know what I'm saying, as a one time like deal, and then people could come in and you could have like a round robin. And this is what I talked about, and this is Iron knows what I'm talking about. When I was talking about the thing with Good Games, Iron, about doing that, why did my camera just now fucking goddamn, this Ozbot bro is, there we go, focus on me, thank you. It is like more people being on a panel, because to me it's not like it's not about me. Like yes, I can game and do those things, but chat needs to you know, to get to, you really need to stream, but can't start getting your eyes open. Nice. Just do it, Art. Just do it. But to me, it's like, that's the thing, is the more people you can get involved, the more you try to gatekeep, I feel like the more you're gonna fail. The more you're like, oh, I'm the only one who has this idea. No, dude, like it is what it is. You know, like I was surprised. Like, you remember when we had our podcast, and just an example.
Yeah.
Remember when we were thinking about doing our podcast, and I was telling you, oh, look, Iron and them were doing a podcast too. And we had already done like episode 1 when they did theirs, and we took that long ass break.
Yeah.
Never, like, dude, I went straight, like, I didn't watch his the first couple episodes. I was real busy. I'm not trying to make excuses, but dude, I love doing this, but I would just as much rather go watch one of my friends' if you were doing one alone with somebody else, I would still want to go fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is more interesting than watching me playing a video game, because I suck at them anyway, you know. Like, but you know, that's the fun part to me is the community aspect of it, man. And I would love to bring that to every side of everything that I can, because, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and I feel like a lot of people forget this, without you, and I'm pointing outside of this panel, without you, there is no me here, because otherwise I'm still just sitting here doing zero. Like, chat and the people and you, the ideas and doing things for people and helping people, and then talking to them, and then be like, oh, that'd be a good topic to talk about.
What makes it fun, and what drives you, and, you know, just having the memories and all that stuff. The people are what make it. Having the community around it and all. Without the community, you're just sitting in front of a camera talking to yourself, looking like a dumbass.
Yeah, well, I always do that, but you know, that was the appeal. You know, that was the appeal when I started streaming. That was the appeal, was I could play video games and I could say this shit out loud, but now I have a reason.
Yeah.
I'm a streamer. That's why I'm talking to myself. No, you know what I mean? But
I'm fucking bored and want to talk to people. Still here lurking. Are you all good? Had to mow the lawn? Were you listening to us the whole time? You mowed the lawn?
Exactly.
That's awesome. We made it.
What is that?
We made it.
Why can't we made it?
People listen to us as they're doing housework.
This is my own mental health.
All right, peace out, guys. I'm leaving.
Showers, and I have a completely different conversation than I would. Yeah, exactly, Iron. You know what I mean? That's the truth, bro. It's like the. I don't know. And like, I would love to get a guest, and we haven't really talked about this because Flames is busy and I am busy as well. And we don't have, like, I feel like this, and this is the truth for me too, is I feel like we shot for the moon the first time.
Yeah.
Right. And you fall short. You know, shoot for the trees. You know what I mean? You can land in the shit still.
Shit.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
shoot for the moon. Where the fuck? You know what I mean? And I got too caught up. You know me. I get too rambunctious about doing things. You know, and that's the best way I can say it. Like I get an idea and I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, and then we could do this and we could do that. Yeah, and I think doing this is just more beneficial. You know, and I love it. You know, you can possibly games as I am. Yeah, I got you. Art. Hey, man, I've seen some of these dudes. Speaking of the people that are like, I watched a couple of people that play that have cerebral palsy that stream, right? These motherfuckers will whoop my ass in the game.
Oh, they're fucking amazing at the games.
And they ain't even using their hands, dude. They're like that with the thing. And I'm not making fun. Like, dude, they got that, you know, that thing that they use like that, and they like can move with it, bro. And then I'm seeing these motherfuckers. I'm like, bro, you motherfuckers are amazing, dude. Y'all are the ones that deserve to be famous. Not these people up here. No. Not them. Yeah. No, y'all motherfuckers deserve to be famous, dude. There ain't no way. There is no way. I'm saying this. I'm sure I say this right, but where there's a will, there's a way, right? But there ain't no way, dude. I barely have a hard time playing with a video game with these hands, you know, like the control. Like, I couldn't imagine being like, oh, now get coordinated with your tongue. Oh, dang it, dude. Never mind. Dude. Everything I say.
There's a guy that plays COD that with his feet, and he like dominates every single fucking round, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I can't even do that.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then like, yeah, you got those people, but then you got people running freaking the cheats, and they're the top people. I say give all those people the fucking support, to be honest, dude. Exactly. Like those are the ones that are fucking grinding it out, man. I was watching, dude. He can't even, dude. There's a guy that was on there. He can't even talk, and his uncle, who he lives with, was standing behind him, basically saying for him with the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like answering for him with chat. Like the guy's like, what's they're asking in chat? What's his favorite game? And his uncle's like, it's this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you clip that too, Negley. Fuck off, dude. There's gonna be a bunch of clips Negley has, and it's all gonna be like penis in my mouth, and it's gonna be just a bunch of like things, and then it's gonna be but I think like that, dude. Those man, there ain't no dude. Those that's crazy, bro. Like
the technology that allows them to be able to game is amazing. You know.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane, dude. I like I said, I would know. Like, I think I would like to think I would think better of myself. I'd still want to talk to people, but I'd be like, fuck it, I'm not playing these games. I'm just gonna go play.
Like that one dude that got the Neuralink. He had some kind of disability, and he got the Neuralink. And bro, he was playing COD, and he had fucking aimbot.
Yeah,
this dude was dropping like 40 fucking kills in the game. He just like wherever he looks, he would just fucking.
That's how. Yeah, that's what you do, right? Yeah, you just. Steven, what's up, Steven? Steven's like, I'm still here. Yeah, you just look this way and blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick, right? But I definitely feel like that would be. That's what it was called, Space War. Sorry, I don't mean to go back. I just looked at my notes, right? Yeah. And this is what it goes to. So Space War was of asteroids and stuff was made after. Yes. Was called Space War. Sorry, you could tell I had a whole bunch of notes.
Asteroid was you just have the outline of the astros, right? And you
had the arrow. Yeah, it had the arrow. The thing that looks like the mouse pointer, and you freaking floated around, hitting them. There's Ben. What's up, Ben? Hey, Ben. Look, Ben came in right now. There's Ben. What's up, Ben? He's like, but I think you talk about like the thing. So, I don't know. It's just I think that it's becoming much more of. In 2020, I want to say helped it along because now we weren't ever as a society trapped inside as much.
Oh yeah.
2020 made us feel like we're okay inside, right? Like we have to go talk now. That's the term of grass touching, right?
Right.
Going outside, which this little one here drives me fucking nuts because she literally says she needs to go touch grass, and she goes in the backyard and just bends over and starts fucking touching the grass. I'm like, dude, play, do something. Touching grass is not literally just touching grass, but like. To me, that's where we've become, is like these virtual worlds that we live in, and we could get into that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother thing of why it's become okay for us and all this other thing. But I feel like when I'm done with people, I can still talk to my online friends. You know what I mean? Like this is my connection out because society That's another thing. Society as a whole right now sucks.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what your political view is. I don't care what it is. I stay out of public because I'm tired of fucking seeing them.
Same.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
the reason I just come home.
I want to be able to switch the channel.
I really don't do much in my fucking personal life. You know, I do the things I need to fucking do, take care of my family and go see my. When I get home, I do the stuff I need to do at the house, and you know, I fucking talk to my online friends. I don't go to the bar and go out and party and shit. You know, I stay in the house most.
Those are dates now. Iron is. I'm not gonna lie. This is not. I give this to Iron. Is the one person that I see that does more on a frequent weekend.
Yeah.
Like because they have a camping site and stuff like that, right? They'll go to that. But me, I could go do stuff, dude. I'm right here. I'm not gonna say what I'm by because then it pinpoints or whatever.
I mean,
dude.
I used
but
to be like that.
I'm right by it, yeah. But now it's like when we talk about meeting up, like I'm excited, dude. Like my plans are this next month because Halo won that PC giveaway. Blah blah blah. We ain't gonna talk. But my plans is to go from here, go backwards in the country to go see him if I can make it in time, right?
Yeah.
Because he has work and other life too, right? But is go that way. If not, like I would love, like, dude, that's my thing still. And it's like the first thing I'm gonna do. I don't care. Like we talked about, like going to that thing in Vegas, and that's still I'm hoping to still be able to do that, right? Life happens, shit happens, but the first thing I would want to do with Iron or you or anybody else, even, and I don't know if Negley, I've never asked Negley if he drink, you know what I'm saying? But the first thing I would want to do is, hey, bro, let's have a drink and bullshit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or like, even if you don't drink, you have water. I'm not going to get shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. But I would want to say, let's go have some appetizers somewhere and sit around and bullshit. Let's go. Dude, they got this little arcade over here. Let's go fucking game together. You know, that to me, that's more exciting than anything else, man.
You know, the people just
like
stress me out, so I stay. Yeah, same prod. I rather not have fucking drama in life.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing is like that's why these people I would say are, when you talk about real friends, you guys are my real friends. I don't throw that out lightly. It's not. I'm not trying to glaze about that, but I don't. Outside of here, even my friends outside of here are still here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I still game with them. I still do things with them. And to me, I have a closer connection. To me, no longer a connection is, hey, I can touch you. Now, I still want to there is still a certain thing of going, what's up, brother, and shaking somebody's hand, right? Than just talking like this, and especially like in a relationship. I mean, but
I still have my in life real friends. I still game with them and all that stuff. They come in this.
Yeah. Well, that's like the twins you hear me talk about. I guarantee when I go see them in Dallas, we're playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
It always happens, dude. We sit around, we go get something to drink, we set it down on the table, and here we go. We're playing freaking Mario Party, dude. And like pushing each other, like, why are you taking my coins? You know what I mean? Like we have
my friends and go to their house and all that stuff. It's we do our thing, and then it's like, hey, let's play fucking Halo or something, and then fucking fuck you, bitch, fuck you,
I don't know, Ben. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to be my real friend?
You gotta get initiated.
It starts with going camping, and you can't tell anybody if you wake up without pants on. And a flute. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think that's just like I said, dude. I know we may have not covered, and it may not the best. It wasn't the history, you know what I mean. But like, I feel like this is. But I feel like this is definitely the future of it all. Like, not. I don't think it matters anymore. Like, I think it does. It matters somewhat if you're good, but I feel like the number one people I get pissed off at when I try to play games with is.
What do y'all think the future of gaming is?
Yeah, if you can type fast enough. Ben's not fast enough with his hands. That's why he's not my real friend.
But yeah, I don't. I mean, it's just, dude. I don't think that, because that's the people that piss me off when I play with them now. The tryhards, when they're like getting mad because they're like, I get mad when I die. Fuck, I died. I shouldn't have died. You know what I mean? But like the true tryhards, dude, you don't like. you're like, all right, eventually I move away from them.
No,
It
yeah,
doesn't
same.
matter. I'm not friends with them, but
I mean, it's cool to see their streams and see their content and how.
Your accomplished drinker meets up, not a problem. Yeah, I know. Art, I know. That's where he knows my brother from. My brother was a bartender in downtown
nice.
Dallas, and that's where Art knows him from. Yeah. Funny enough, I don't mean
Typing fingers though.
yeah. Iron's got the so Iron's tapping fingers like this, bro. Look at that.
Damn,
He's been
what about
teaching
this?
me. He's been teaching me. Yeah, dude, he's been teaching me, bro. But I feel like I never get enough likes from Ben, so I feel like his is more like. And we can't work with that, bro. We can't work with that.
All right, you just go on the one finger? No, you got a triple finger that bitch, man.
It's
Triple finger that.
But yeah, dude, I don't know if two things.
Oh, you
you
gotta
got
do the three. You get on there.
No, you gotta.
There and you just fucking.
Don't do that because your screen won't work. But you gotta get the.
Don't listen to Squirrel.
He's
giving you bad advice. He's like the uncle.
You can tap faster when you work it in a circle. Just so you know.
I don't want to meet you no more. Hey, Aaron, come here. Let me try this little fucking trick on you.
I'm done, dude. Yeah, it's like. Oh man, well yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything else. Now I'm lost. So we're just bullshitting now, which is fine. This is the fun part when it all good. Like I really did. Like I said, like I have like the 80s was the golden age of gaming. Like if I go over my notes, yeah, I was gonna say if I go over my notes, I never even really looked at them. But like. Yeah, so I really don't have anything else. Like, I mean, besides just I appreciate it. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say, guys.
You going knuckle deep in it?
Who said knuckles?
Arthur.
What do you got, nubs? What do you got, nubs? You tap like this? Or what do you do? What do you do?
Help me.
Art's gonna get it. Never mind. We're talking about tapping on the phone. I was gonna get.
Going off the rails, guys.
Yeah, I can't.
That's what it's called.
Man, I'm glad I didn't.
That's the reason weird is in the title.
I'm glad I only had one drink because it would definitely get a lot worse. It would be here on. You have to cut me off. I'd still think I'm on live right now. I'm sitting here talking to myself in the computer, drinking. So what happened is, what happened? People are calling me like, dude, you okay, bro? And I'm still on my podcast. No, you're not, dude.
You gotta lick the knuckle and you gotta turn it on the name.
Fuck you. Fuck you. That's usually what comes in the middle of drinking, right? It's just look at somebody.
Oh, I love you, man. I love you, man. But
right after that. That's right after that. Fuck you, but I didn't. Come here, man. Come here. You're going to the bar.
You're the best in the world, man. Fuck you.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, I got stuff to get to. But anything else you got to add? Anybody else? I'm not trying to cut it short. We've been on for 2 hours. I'm definitely good, but I got to get some stuff done here.
Yep.
But anybody else? Anybody in chat got something they want to add before? I don't know if you guys want to or not, because this is where this has turned to. All the comments, every freaking comment I'm reading from this page is not something congruent to what the freaking topic was.
Any matters you want to go over?
No concerns. Topics? We're not talking about concerns because they're all gonna say something crazy.
Any actions that you want to. But no promotions, all right? We're the only. This is all that fucking matters here, okay? This is this stream.
So Cat just freaking sent me the picture of me holding my knuckles down like this. The fucking picture with you. It's not my birthday, Negley. Oh my god. How do I get unstuck, bro? Well, it starts with a little bit of pushing and then a big pull.
All right.
That's how you get unstuck.
It's no one's birthday, all right? If you say happy birthday again in this fucking chat, you know what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get the knuckles.
You're gonna get the knuckle. Have you checked, dude? This guy, God, dude, I hate freaking. There we go. Block. Speaking of blocking people, somebody's from somebody's Discord. By the way, that's why I hate joining all these Discords. It's like, hey, I'm a graphics artist and I help streamers. And they sent me like 900 pictures, and they're like, "Have you had a chance to check?" I'm like, "Have you had a chance to check?" I don't really. I mean, I appreciate you.
You twerking?
Happy twerk. Ooh, I can twerk on here, bro. This isn't TikTok. I won't get banned for twerking. Don't challenge me, bro. Oh boy, I can't twerk. Don't get me to twerk. My knees are hurting. I'm too old. Look at stop, dude. Because if I like you saw me move the chair when you started getting up, and I'm like, stop, dude. Because I can't look stupid. I'm going to have to do it. Look, I say I'm going to twerk on a fucking podcast and I can't look stupid. What the fuck is wrong with me? That's like, that's an oxymoron.
You can throw that thing back. I know you can throw that thing back.
She said twerk. I can't still look dumb, like if you start to get up to do it, it's just going to have to be a natural, I'm like, shit, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. No, we're not doing it.
You get the likes 13, we'll have a twerk off.
Oh, by the way, we got to go. Hold on. Before I go,
do it.
We'll just do this. There's what I'm going to do is I'll post to here or somewhere a quick highlight. God dang this stupid kid. We want to give away this glass I have right here. I don't care if you drink or not, right? So here's the glass right there. All right. So it's pretty, actually, it's I'm not gonna lie, like you can't, so it's not it's etched in the glass. Look, you can scrape it. It's not gonna scrape. All right. Like it's actually into the glass. This is on me and I, or however you want to put it. It's on the Streamers Collective. I know you're gonna have some stuff for the podcast on there, but I'm gonna give away a glass to somebody at the end. So the first person to comment on the next video posted to Keeping Gaming Weird, because we'll see who it is, right? Like it goes into the order. The first person to comment on that next video, I don't know if it'll be right away, okay? But the next one that's posted to Keeping Gaming Weird, the first comment on it, you'll win a glass. We'll get it shipped out to you, so you'll win one of these guys right here, okay? And then all that stuff. But I really don't have much else to use my knuckles on the glass or to twerk. I'm using my knuckles. I don't.
What kind of knuckle?
Twerk with my knuckles.
A man knuckle. What kind of pants you have?
What? Which ones? Me? I'm not wearing any. Oh, no. This is a podcast, bro. This is a podcast.
Should definitely twerk.
I threw on a shirt and a hat, bro. From here down, it's skin. It's skin, dude. It's skin in a sweaty chair.
I don't ever want to sit in your chair if I come to your house.
What did you say? Definitely need more friends to put some. Oh yeah. By the way, y'all, if y'all want to go deep and go home, if you guys want, by the way, so if any of y'all that stream or if you have an idea of anything, I don't mind sharing straight up the profit margins or anything else. I know Flames, which we'll share that. That's what we'll do. Flames, we'll make a video with like a highlight here, and then we'll post both of the our separate shops, because you make the shirts, dude. I'm not gonna really do a Keeping Gaming Weird shirt.
Okay.
But I have the access for the glasses and any other things like flags, anything like that. I can get all that done and real good. And like these are $10, bro, on the thing. So they're not like I make $1.50 on them, but I have everything driven down so much that like it's not about the money, you know. But if any of y'all want to first or second knuckle, what the fuck? They're gone. There it goes. There it goes, guys. We're already going over there. All depends. I wear a size 12. I got pretty big hands. Like to a regular vape, you know, so it might just be one knuckle. Sorry. But anyway, but if you guys want, if any of y'all stream and you don't have to do the contracts and sign up for a bunch of this stuff, I don't mind doing it. That's what Iron was talking about. We'll put up a design. If you have a design you want,
You want to put it up there. Anything that's sold off the shirt, because we do have to pay. So like I do have the bigger contracts with the people. That's why I can make it so cheap. And I'm not trying to make it crazy, but it's much more for the community. It's not about the money. They're not shirts aren't being sold for like freaking. And we're not making even near. Put it this way: we're not even making enough if you buy 2 shirts that me and Iron both could go both eat at McDonald's.
And if you
like
don't have
that's
a
not
logo,
gonna happen, dude.
If you don't have a logo or anything, I do draw digital and all that stuff, so I can help you with that. If you want to put stuff on there and don't have an idea, if you have a broad
and he's
idea
not,
or anything,
I will
like
say
that,
this: he's not AI. He actually does it by hand. Like he does use AI now some more, but like he does draw by he does draw by hand. So there you go. But to the wrist, goddamn, Ben. Good Lord. But anybody, I don't care if you have an idea and it sells. I don't care if you make $2 and you get $1.
Yeah.
The half of it goes back to the website and back to the payment processing fees that it costs for all this stuff, right? The rest of it, I don't care about. To me, it's cool. I think it's cool that if anybody has a freaking, like Iron ordered one of these, and then we've had somebody order some underwear. We had somebody order some shirts. But I think it's freaking cool that you would even want to wear something that's supportive of any of this.
Right.
That's why I started the merch. I didn't start it to make money. It wasn't like, oh man, this will help me make some money. No, it's a way to get stuff out there. And plus, I want my own shirts. Like I'm about to put a freaking Oh yeah, thanks, man. He did all this. This is him. This is whichever way he is. It's him. I don't know what I was saying now. Fuck it, dude. It doesn't matter.
Glass.
But
Knuckles.
That's it. Knuckles deep in the glass and Tuesdays. I don't know. God dang. She can stay away from me. Yeah, dang. Not even like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Anyway. What are those? What's that thing? You remember what was the thing on the never mind, dude. I'm about to go crazy with the Fortnite map. Like you know the big nuclear stacks? Well, it's like throwing a hot dog down the nuclear stacks, you know, like from the Simpsons. You know, those big things where it's like it ain't no chance, you know. Yeah. But anyway, I gotta get to work. I got some stuff I have to do.
Where's the link to the merch?
Where is it? Oh, Ben, I'll send it to you, bro, on Discord if you want it. I haven't really advertised it much because it's not that big of a thing, but I will send it to you, bro. And if he wants to send it, like I'm gonna make a video with both of this one with both of them in there, and that'll be the one. The first person to comment, they'll get a free glass. But I will post that to this YouTube channel. I'm not gonna do it on Discord or anything else because it does help. You know, I don't know where we're at in subscribers here or whatever else. I don't even know. But it'll help. Anything that helps definitely helps. And I'd like to see somebody next time we cheers, maybe even if they have water in it. I don't give a shit. To be able to cheers with a freaking Keeping Gaming Weird glass is awesome, man.
And if you want shirts and all that stuff, and like hoodies and socks and all, I'll go on it too. I have that on my merch store eventually.
Much more in the store.
And the Knuckles.
But anyway, Knuckles, yes. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. I really do need to get some work done.
Right,
anything
guys,
else I don't have? Love y'all.
Fucking awesome ass podcast. Yeah. Hope you all have a great night, guys, and appreciate everything, all the comments, all the likes, and everything. Appreciate you stopping by and watching us. We'll catch you all next one, guys. Out. Much love. Oh.
You got stupid. All right, y'all.
Later, guys.